Like how you probably got delivered by a stork. And you got delivered by a bigger stork.
No.
I was just delivered by a tree.
No. Dakar.
We gotta have a serious conversation.
That's so gross!
I mean...
But it sounds fun.
Hello and welcome back once again to another episode here at Night School. My name is Michael Vasquez and I am your GM for the night. If you're joining us for the first time, once again, we hope that you enjoy yourself. This is just a light-hearted, friendly tabletop game with our three wonderful players going from left to right. Miss Elizabeth Vick.
Hello.
Mr. Joshua Hovda. And Miss Catherine Flores, also known as Cat.
Where did that come from?
So thank you so much. We're only on our third episode. We are having a blast. So if you haven't checked out those episodes, click on the links below. Find our episode 1 and episode 2 to get caught up. I'm not going to lie. The story is really out there. So you really might feel a little lost today. But you know what? It's not going to matter because the choices that these players make are somewhat loose. So that being said, any announcements before we get started?
Just be sure to follow us on social media. We post a lot of different kind of content on Twitter, quippy jokes, Dakarisms.
Yeah, so one of my favorite content's coming out soon is going to be the Dakar quotes of the week because we have... I'm just really good at the one-liners, but they're more for me than anything else. So if you enjoy the... Idiocy is not the word I want to use, but, lunacy? No? Childlike vigor of Joshua Hovda's playing.
I'm sorry, I don't think before I speak, and that car thinks even less before he speaks.
This is going to be the best stuff, though. So, just make sure you subscribe, click on those buttons below, click the bell so that you can get notifications of when new content comes out on our YouTube channel. And other than that, just enjoy yourselves. If you're absolutely thrilled, we hope that you will take over and maybe DM or GM a campaign of your own, or just play and let us know what you're thinking. Is there any content that you want to see? Because we want to make sure that we're reaching out to you guys and just showing you another way to have fun. Once again, this is a homebrew campaign, so some of the rules might be slightly different. You might be noticing some things are kind of questionable in the calls, but we have changed and modified some rules just for our enjoyment. So with that, a little recap of where we were. Last time, the three of you were actually kind of split up as you abandoned your newfound friend Kelnis to the wilds and hoped that she would just be fine on her own. Eventually you were reunited, but you lost your wonderful unicorn friend that seemingly has been taken away by Fabian and is probably heading somewhere into the southern reaches of Kalakesh. After kind of getting to a rough friendship, you bickered, you bonded, you set blaze to the puffing Pegasus.
Not the good kind either.
Yeah, we were talking about that. If we really would have played it and lit up your place and let that flame just last a little bit longer, the conversations probably would have gotten a lot more.
The town would be a lot happier.
Vivid, yeah. But you were able to put out the fire. A little bit of information kind of came your way. Hovda, Dakar got a little bit more of an insight of where these miraculous powers are starting to come from, although still not quite understanding them. The rest of you find yourself at the Puffing Peg after recently fighting off some bandits that were out looking for a reward, a rather pricey reward for the capture of all three of you. A solid 10,000 gold pieces. Yeah. Something that you've never heard of, Kelnis.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you're like, this is a wonderful number. But we pick you up right now. You are at the top floor of the Puffing Pegasus,
Second floor.
relaxing. Second floor, which is not the top floor. Because you just released all your birds in the top floor, so...
I mean, there's room in there, but
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and pick up there, as it is still currently the same day. The broken window in the bottom is still shattered into the front yard. Luckily, you are a bit pulled away from the main town square, so it might not go noticed for a while, but you are in a safer area than you've ever been, and you have the rest of the evening to yourselves. So what would you like to do?
How big is this window?
It's a standard front of the building window.
is it a display window? Is it like a house window?
It's like a house window.
A little slightly bigger than a house.
Slightly bigger than a house window.
Is that helpful?
It's. I would say it is more. It's that kind of cutout breakfast nook area, that little sun bench type area,
Hello,
where
French
there
door.
is a little bit of a display set up.
I thought if it was smaller, it could
Bay windows.
make it look like it was fixed, but that's a little bit out of my control.
We just
Wait,
think
we
it-
can take the whole thing out.
What if we just
All
put a
glass.
sign on the outside, under construction? I mean,
So I'm taking off a bed sheet to take downstairs to cover the window,
okay.
and there's plenty of parchment around if you want to
I mean,
create a
I think it's a
sign.
good idea. But I want it to look legit. Like, I'm not just writing it on a sheet of paper. Like, do you have like a piece of plywood? I mean, we kind of destroyed your house. So I'm just gonna grab one and
There's-
start.
And
There's
nail
crates
it
in
up,
back. You could use probably like.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say you're able
Yeah.
to manage to find some.
Yeah.
Some strategically placed wood.
So I'm gonna just makeshift a sign that says under construction, and put it outside the window. So it looks a little bit more deliberate.
So you have this wonderful handwritten carved, beautiful sign signature that just says under construction. That's kind of attached to the two posts, and you found some nails and just nailed it into the.
Undergoing repairs.
There you go.
And then underneath it in a different script altogether. It's undergoing repairs.
Anything you'd like to add to the sign?
Come back in 3 weeks.
Live, laugh, love.
Don't play with fire.
Only you can prevent Puffing Pegasus fires.
All right. So is that fixed?
Looks good to me.
Okay.
Let's go up and enjoy some Fey Rizo I cooked up for y'all.
Okay. So I guess we should eat and rest up for all of the things that we need to accomplish, and we also need to figure out what we're doing
What are we doing
next.
first?
Because it seems like we've gotten ourselves into multiple pickles. So
Okay. Dinner, and we can discuss our to-do list.
yes,
Can we rest a little bit?
yes. Before dinner, during dinner, dinner in bed.
You can rest as you're having the
Okay,
conversation. It doesn't have to be a dead stop. I fall asleep. You can.
Okay.
Okay.
As long as you're not actively trying to work on something heavy
Yeah.
and intellectual.
So what's for dinner? This is your house.
I told you I got some Fey
What is
Rizo
that?
here. It's a concoction of my own, made with some meats and other things from the deadwood. All fresh, of course.
From the deadwood.
Yes.
It's fresh.
Well, there's alive stuff in the deadwood.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Sounds good to me.
The wood is dead. The critters are alive.
Okay. So I guess we eat that. I let Felix out just to walk around so he can eat also. And also I let Felix go and like kind of hang out with you guys for a little bit.
He just kind of scuttles over. He's very, very curious about like all the smells. He can pick up on those bird smells, and just kind of scuttles closer to the stairwell and kind of looks up that little ladder area that leads up to where the bird houses and cages were.
but not up there.
Scuttles right back. Anything else for tonight?
Well, we kind of got a lot on our plate, y'all.
We do.
What y'all think we should tackle first?
Well, I feel like since it all involves you and your family, you should choose.
Your mom.
What'd you say about my mama?
I'm just saying, she's in prison.
Yeah, I tried really
Maybe.
hard to not let that happen. Just
Thanks for that. I appreciate that.
We don't have Jamila.
The guy sprayed my wrist.
I gave him the worst Indian rug burn.
Somebody took Jamila, so you don't have her to give
Well, I
to.
think we know who took her.
Where'd you get porridge?
I don't know what this. I don't know what
Or not
it is.
the
I don't know what it looks like.
Is that how you eat your favorite?
I don't know what it is. That's why I asked.
Is it a knife and fork thing? Is it a
Finger
spoon?
food?
It's like a taco. Well,
I have questions for you outside the game later.
the Feyrizo's in the meat, and then it's like a nice little is like the meaty part in there. It's inside like a nice little circular loaf of bread that's flopped up around it.
It's
Taco.
a Panera Bread bowl.
Taco-esque. No, it's not like a bowl. It's like a tortilla.
Okay. But where's your dad? Also,
Oh, yeah, that's a good one,
that
too.
one.
Where is your dad?
I was hoping he would come back here. That's why I sort of tried to get back here because I figured he would come back here and Zefta was supposed to be here,
Well,
but she's apparently at Potence Point.
where's that?
It's north of the wall.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't go there.
I mean,
Well, I mean, I could, but not now.
Why can't you go north of the wall?
Well, it's really far.
what's what we use the windy way for?
Is that really what we want to do first?
No.
Oh, well, then why are we even talking about
No, I
it?
don't
No.
Kill his ass. I'm being polite.
Oh, okay.
Polite conversation. Try to teach her manners. I don't want another ruckus in here.
I apologize before it happened.
I'm sure you were intentionally trying to burn down the house.
No, I wasn't. I just got mad.
All right, so we have Mom,
Mom, Dad.
Jamila.
Mhm.
Also, are you doing anything with your place? Like, is there anything you need to do with your place? Apparently, somebody was coming after you for money. There's also that
Which
Well-
is why we needed Jamila
for the money.
to give to Zepta to get money so you could keep the place from the mayor,
Mm-hmm.
who you
Didn't kill?
didn't kill.
Yeah.
Didn't kill.
Didn't kill.
She didn't
You
kill.
didn't kill him?
I didn't. I most
not.
definitely did not kill the mayor. You're welcome.
I hope you at least made him have a bad day.
I told him he was a terrible person.
That's good.
Well, and I'll let you tell him.
Oh. Yeah.
He's not dead though.
He's not dead.
She's not
I
a
want to
murderer.
preface this with he is absolutely 100%
Very much alive.
not dead.
Tried to kill me.
Yeah, and he tried to kill Kelmus.
I saw.
Yeah.
Because I was
You didn't.
reviving you.
No. Well, I mean, after the fact.
Oh.
You weren't there. Y'all left me.
I wasn't driving the horses.
Oh man, I thought we were moving on. I thought we were moving on.
Oh, is that what that was? Still learning social cues.
So I may have full on stabbed the mayor. Like intentionally.
Did he do like one of the things where it went under his arm and like
No.
he faked you out?
No, it went in.
Uh-huh.
I saw the blood.
Uh-huh.
Came up the other side.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't on the other side.
Oh.
But he fell. And I saw like the little lights in his eyes leave.
Oh, I bet you that felt so good. Oh, I would love to do that to the mayor.
Except he's still alive.
Yeah. Apparently it didn't work. Which I don't understand.
Did you use a spoon or a sword?
It was this one.
Oh, no need to get violent in here.
Should we try again?
As she lifts up the little stiletto kind of dagger, it has the fairy zo on it.
Because you didn't give me any utensils.
Like a shish kebab.
So yeah. Did not kill the mayor.
Because he tried to kill me after that.
Yes.
It probably has something to do with Jamila's blood.
That makes sense.
Because that's a source in your letter, I'm assuming. And it also made my dad feel better.
True.
So it could have made the mayor feel better. So
Mhm.
it seems
So
like
it'd
it's
be
more
good
powerful.
to find your dad to see how long it lasts.
That's really smart. I know.
We should do
Yeah. If only she was strong too.
If only.
that. All right, so
Piss me off.
dinner, bed, dad.
Yes.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Keep in mind that you're going to be waking up.
Oh, what time is it? Yeah.
Well, no, if you go to bed now, that's fine, but you're probably going to be waking up after 8 hours. It's going to be 7 or 8 in the morning.
So do you think we should do this in the morning? Because we're all like,
Fugitives.
yeah. So how protected is the town during nighttime? Like, could we creep around?
We probably could, but we also need a rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't we?
We've done
could
some
use a nap.
resting.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind, like, I don't need a lot of sleep. Like, just getting enough rest to be able to maybe go at this in the middle of the night. So we have cover of darkness.
Okay.
To possibly handle our business
Sounds good.
with the least amount of eyes on us as possible.
I agree. All right. So, a nap.
Like a
Not
4-hour nap.
okay.
I mean, I'm good after 3.5 hours. I'm not going into
All right. Sounds good.
So you're going to take a short rest?
Yes.
Okay, so taking your short rest, you each have your hit dice that you can spend.
Can I cast well, how long are we resting for?
4 hours. is what you
4
said.
hours.
So I can get a long rest in that amount of time.
Yes.
Yes.
So I would like to cast my last first level spell slot, Goodberry, before I go to sleep.
Okay. So you take a rest, go ahead and roll up your hit points if you need it. So you finish your meal, put away the rest of the fairy so that it's just, it's not like your mom makes it. It's a little chewy.
Well, they wouldn't know.
They
would
don't know, but they do know,
It's,
I see it all over your
Yeah.
face. You're
Yeah.
disappointed.
But I mean, it is filling. It takes you the nutrients that you need, get you there. You put the rest of it away in a Tupperware container.
Saran wrap.
And go and kind of settle down and rest for a few hours. Waking up, it is now, let's see, if you went to bed then, you're looking at probably 1 or 2 a.m. Actually, maybe 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning.
All right. So, do you have any idea where your dad might be?
if he's not here, I'm gonna guess he probably tried to help my mom. So I would guess he probably got incarcerated as well.
Incarcerated? You got who you go, what? Incarcerated.
Is that what we call that here?
Incinerated.
Incinerated.
Is that the right word?
Carcinogenerated. He's got it.
All right. So if we do that, we might be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. If I feel like we can handle a lot of business by trying to get into the prison.
All right. Do you know anything about the prison?
It's called Mala Saran?
So no. Okay.
It's got walls,
All right.
doors, windows,
But
several
like as
bars.
far as like entrances, guards.
They're there.
All right. So
I'll bet you there's also a secret underground tunnel.
is there?
I've heard.
Well, we gotta find it.
But it's secret.
Well.
I also love that you're. Sure, yeah.
I feel like I've heard some guards talk about it when, we've been smoking some doobies before.
Okay.
But next time I smoke with doobies with them, I'm gonna make them pay.
That's right.
That's a good idea you had.
It's. I don't know if it was my idea. That's just the way business usually works. But this secret passageway. Do you know anything about it, or are we going straight up to the front door and knocking?
I don't think that's a good idea. Especially in the middle of the night.
Sarcasm. You're right.
Yeah, sarcasm.
Yeah.
Focus.
Okay. I didn't have my usual sleepy time.
Oh my god. Okay, so
where the prison is, I feel like if we can make our way through the deadwood to the backside of it and possibly scope out a way to sneak in.
all right, let's do it.
So the deadwood actually doesn't wrap up to that side.
The other woods, the woods north of the deadwoods.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I knew there were trees there.
Okay.
I knew there were trees
The
there.
deadwood piles up to the south where your shop is and goes a little north and it heads northwest.
Does it run into their tree line, or would it be open field in between?
It'd be open for me.
So we can move through the deadwood, passing through the field and the cover of darkness into the other forest.
Cover of Darkness. Would be a good song. Let's go.
Alright, so as you make your way out, I would take it that you're probably going to be sneaking.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, so everybody roll a stealth check for me. As you make your way going out the back door, kind of carefully gauging who's leading the group.
Not me.
I'm going first.
Okay, so roll me a perception check as you travel.
12.
It's very, very quiet. There are very few lights that are kind of suspended in windowsills. You have a moment where you think, did we leave a light on while we were there the whole time? And then you make your way into the forest and kind of start to move to the north. Right. One more stealth check. And one more perception check, please.
10 for perception, 20 non-natural for stealth.
I have 14 for stealth and.
You stay to stealth, the perception.
Okay.
Because she's leading right now.
I had 21-7.
Making your way, you get further along and you start seeing the back end of the Turnkey Cafe. Very, very quiet. There's a couple of drunk inhabitants that kind of are stammering out. One has currently relieved himself on the wall and is kind of singing and humming along to a jaunty little tune as his forehead kind of just leans against the brick outsiding.
Does he look like a guard or a townsperson?
Townsperson.
Okay.
Nobody seems to be noticing any of your traffic. You have one more before you get to the northern side. This one is going through that open field area.
16.
17 for stealth. Another perception?
Yes.
18.
14 perception.
14 perception. Getting a peek through the field area, you see where the road now opens up. You see the northern end of the bazaar, the tents that are all still up, but all the materials underneath are now closed down and emptied out. The Ramasalam, the jail cell, does have lights on, and there is a guard posted at the front door. But you can see within the side windows just a little flickering of candlelight
Just one guard?
that you can see.
Should we be
I'm saying
pretend
it.
whispering?
No, yeah.
I see this as a whisper.
We stay in a whisper.
Yeah, I see it as a whisper. I don't know how well that's gonna play.
It's not gonna pick it up.
We'll put the closed
Mine
captions
will.
on.
Yeah. Mine will pick up. Mine was.
In a stage whisper. Stage whisper.
No, it's so bad for you. That's true. I mean, we didn't do this because it was safe.
Well, no. But you're sneaky. Could you carefully, sneakily, quietly knock him out quietly?
Possibly.
Unconscious.
Not dead.
Not dead. We're gonna work on that.
I could try. I can try. How far away is he from where we are?
Probably a good 90 feet.
Okay. And in between us and him, it's just open field.
No, so you have open field that runs to, going south to north, that runs to the next forest area. This is very lightly scattered trees. This is where Countess ran in to hide. It's not as densely forested as the Deadwood. In front of the Rama Salon, there is the roadway that goes around the bazaar area. It's a large circular path.
It's where the caravan was earlier, right?
No, that was further to the east.
Oh, okay.
So this is looking on the
But we
side.
went by that as
Yes.
we were. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna try to go tree to tree as far as I can, to up to where he is, stealthily.
Right, just by yourself?
Yes.
I'm gonna put my hand on Q's shoulder for a second. It's dangerous out there. Take this. I'm gonna give her one of the healing potions I found, and a couple good berries.
Okay, so 2 good berries.
I'll give her 2 good berries.
Okay.
Right, so you take your potion, your 2 little purplish iridescent berries.
Okay.
Pocket them. Roll me a stealth check by yourself.
I'll use this one. 17.
Well, they're only good for 24 hours.
You make your way into the back, the actual forest area. The tree line gets you right to the back of the Rama Salon.
Mm-hmm.
There is a single window on the left side of the building looking from the back, and you see the flickering. There's 3 iron bars that kind of hold this crescent-shaped moon cut out.
And how far am I now from him?
You're right up at the building, so you just have
Okay.
to walk around the building and be at the front end.
Okay.
For the rest of you, as you see your friend dart off, you kind of take a continual glance at this guard, and after about 2 minutes, you see him kind of perk his head up, look around, and then he just walks into the building.
Do we see Q head in that direction?
You saw Q going around the building.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
Looks like the coast is clear.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
So I'm gonna, I guess, peek around the corner, getting ready to go and slash his left.
Peek around the corner, you see that the guard is no longer there at the front.
Okay, so I'm gonna step out, like, motion in their direction.
You see this dark blur.
I'm gonna look at the door to see like how it opens, or if there's a lock, or some kind of like a window in the door to see if they can see out.
So it's a standard wooden door. It looks very, very thick and heavy. It's just a regular swinging inward door. It does have a metal grate for a little opening that they can kind of peephole open through to see. But it has metal on your side to prevent anything from coming through.
Okay.
That's the description.
That was really good.
From where Kelnis and I are to the prison, are there any windows higher up that like would have vantage point to see us if we moved like up against the wall?
Are you talking about windows from the prison?
Yes.
It's a single floor building. So it would just be the, like I said, you see those candle lights coming through. It's just those.
So there's no like upper floor, upper ring that people can be
This is
looking
a small town. You've lived here before. You know that it's not bustling. It's not
Yes,
like
I know.
crime is rampant here. It's more of like 1 or 2 people might be held in there after having a bar fight. It's rare that it's been for someone who's deeply criminalized and is a threat.
We should maybe move up to the building.
Okay.
Stealthily. Let's go.
Alright, each of you give me a stealth check.
Ooh, 21.
9.
You feel pretty confident that you've made it there. No one seems to notice. There's not a lot of people around to notice.
I'm gonna try to open the door.
To open it,
Just very like slowly.
you can turn the knob, little handle, grab it, push. It just swings open a little bit.
Is it? Are the lights on inside?
Mhm.
Okay. Do I hear? I want to see if I can listen and hear any voices, any distinct voices, or if I do hear anything, how many I hear.
Roll a perception check.
16.
16. There's a couple of voices that are softly talking. Not really discernible about what anything they're saying.
Any information about how far they might be from the door?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The building itself is not large.
Yeah.
You walk around it. It's not like they're going to be leagues away when you open that door. Probably venture guess it's a small room.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
It's really hard to not whisper when you're trying to be quiet.
really stealthy. It's a 21.
He's gonna make us re-roll when we go inside.
Yes.
In the meantime, I'm whispering. So we're going in. I still think we need to go with plan A,
Okay.
not murdering,
Trying really hard.
just knocking unconscious.
Okay.
We'll make them faint.
Okay. So I'm gonna like slip through the door, like making myself as small as possible, like real Tom and Jerry style, like slipping through the door.
Okay.
Trying to get to the other side.
As you push through and you kind of slip right on through, the room opens up into a square-shaped kind of almost office. It looks very DMV-ish, where there's a typical desk, kind of branches out into an L shape. Almost looks like it once was a tavern that has been reused and created into this jail cell.
Mhm.
There are no cells here, but there is an opening archway directly across from you, and to the right of it, there's another archway.
Okay.
There seems to be nobody in this main room.
Okay. Are there any other like pieces of furniture or anything else in this room that I can look at that would give me more information about who might be in the building?
Looking on the walls, you see those postings.
Okay.
A few other postings of different people, but the three distinct figures of Q, Dakar, and the Babadook. Weird, bestial
Picasso.
drawing Picasso of what a dragonborn is, since most people don't ever get to see a dragonborn.
Okay.
Other than that, you see some manacles kind of hanging from parts of the walls. There are, in the very back, a weapons rack with just a few short swords, some basic shielding that's just kind of there. You can tell this is where the guards either come to rest, stay for the night, if they're on duty, if they're trading off.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to where the postings are and I'm gonna rip all three of them down.
Okay.
And then
Sorry.
and I guess I'm gonna go towards the archway on my left.
So the one that's directly across from
Yes.
where you came in?
Yes. But before I do that, I'm gonna say it's clear, but only in this room. There's definitely more people in here.
I'm gonna follow her in.
Okay.
Sneakily.
No.
Whoosh!
Rucka!
There's a ruckus!
You're not seeing anybody!
We're having a ruckus off!
It's a ruckus off.
Pass it on to the townspeople. Ruckus.
Did you hear?
Okay, yeah, easily enough. Kind of go in, you duck through the low standing beams of the door and make your way in. Deck, are you going in as well?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm following Kelnis.
You are all within this main meeting chamber.
Okay. I'm going towards the other archway, or the archway that I said I was going to.
As you pass by, you are also passing by the archway on the right.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you go through, you do see some standing iron cages
Okay.
that are tall enough for a kind of, it almost looks like a kennel,
Mm-hmm.
except you could easily put a human in there,
Okay.
or a humanoid being.
Seeing that, I'm gonna stop and go that way.
You just walk right in.
No, I'm gonna go up to the archway, wait, kind of peek around, but I'm not going in.
All right, roll another perception check.
23.
So, as you peek around, there are multiple cells. It kind of curves around, and there's another skinnier room that follows that main wall where you walked in. This is where those two moon-shaped windows kind of were cut out, where you saw the bars, the one in the back and the one in the front. Two of the cages have people in them that are bundled up in these brown kind of blanket rags and are seemingly asleep.
Okay. Anybody else in this general area? Guards? Okay.
Nobody else.
I'm gonna walk up to one of the cages because I can't determine who's what. They're just kind of bundled up. I can't make out who they are.
Probably from this distance, no.
Okay, so I'm gonna get closer to the cage that's closest to me, and see if I can make out who's in there.
It is an elderly man.
Okay. Not who I'm looking for. Go to the next one.
This one has their back kind of turned to you, and you just see a tuft of black, short cropped hair that kind of falls on these pointed ears.
Okay. And there were only the two cages?
Yes.
Okay.
That have people in. There are other cages that have nothing.
Okay. Well, damn. I'm gonna poke this one. Hey.
Who said this one?
The one I'm at right now. Short hair. Did you say horns?
Nope, just ears.
Ears.
Pointed ears.
Pointed ears.
As you poke it, the body kind of shuffles awake, looks over at you, and you see these dark brown eyes. They just kind of stare at you as the blanket's kind of up to the nose.
Okay.
Sees you hush it, doesn't say anything.
Okay. I'm gonna try to pick the lock on this cage.
Go ahead and roll. And then add your proficiency for your lockpicking.
21.
You learned how to lockpick.
It's open.
So you go. It's really not a hard tumbler system that you easily kind of stick your lockpick in, maneuver, and within a few seconds, just it opens
Okay.
and the door swings.
If I open the door and I say,
While she's doing this, what about you two?
I'm still in that main room.
Okay.
Trying really hard to be quiet.
I'm sort of hiding behind the desk, but I'm eyeing the weapon rack and seeing what I see on there.
Okay. You see exactly what I said.
I am going to, because there's no one in here, so I won't get caught, maybe.
I love this.
I'm going to take a sword off the weapons rack.
Okay. So you walk right up, and they're not the highest polished quality, but you do pull out pretty standard short sword. It's easy and light in your hands as you just kind of hold it up. You get yourself a short sword.
Holding on to it.
Ah! Yeah, you
I'm
lost an axe.
down an axe.
Yeah, now you have a short sword.
I am so excited that I was able to pick this lock. I want to do it again. The other cage, and I'm gonna try to let them out also.
So you go and walk over to the other cage and start picking it.
Roll again. 19.
Oh yeah, easily. Da 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 da. You unlock it, lock it again.
Need the practice.
Just showing off, yeah.
Can I see her showing off from where I'm at?
No, because you're in the other room.
I'm showing off for myself.
So you're able to open this one as well. As
Okay.
you go in, the body of this one does not seem to move.
Okay, so as I exit this room, I'm going to close both of the doors again, make it look like they're. I'm gonna leave this one unlocked, but I'm gonna make it look like they're
Shut.
still closed. The cages.
The cages?
Mhm.
Are you leaving the one in there that you told to be quiet?
Oh, I told them go.
Okay. It's just the ones.
Okay.
So she stands up, and as she stands up, the blanket falls, and there's this really bright silver kind of cuirass that's sitting on her. And she says, I thought one would be fun, but where are the rest of your friends? And you see her pull a short sword. And I need you to roll initiative, please. Point to everybody.
20.
Alright, hold on, I'll get him in just a second.
Ooh.
But I picked the lock.
But I did a good job.
Did you see what I did?
Woo.
I feel a little out of my game today because I didn't listen to Q's playlist today.
You know what? Then you just deserve to. No.
I mean.
Alrighty. So first up, 25 to 20.
20.
20. 20 to 15.
Oh, God.
Alright, 15 to 10.
13.
And 10 to 5.
6.
There you are. There you are, Peter. 6 for that card. Alrighty. So, starting off, hold on, give me a second because this is not working for me. There we go.
This sounds intense.
Yeah. I just did
I thought it was just
What
one person.
have you
The whole wall's breaking and it's a whole battle. No.
Have you not learned?
Everyone's here now.
Alright, so right away, this hulking female elf who kind of stands up, she pulls out and you see this giant sword on one hand, and attached to her armor, this mace that just kind of hangs down. For a tiny, pale, sharp-faced featured kind of lady, she is very strong. She's able to stand and maneuver in this huge armor. And she's going to get the first attack. So she's going to make her swings at you as she kind of steps right up to you and swings her sword. That is an 18 hit.
Yep.
Yaw. Today I get to use dice.
No.
Sorry. Doing, not too bad. So that's only 5 points of damage.
Okay.
She slashes into you. And then she takes it and swings a second attack. That is 16 to hit.
Nope.
Switching in, so you get that first hit, slices on you, you kind of spin and pull the door that you just had, that you just unlocked, and swing it open, and it catches the weapon on the second one. And that is her turn. That's going to take us to you, Q.
Alright, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna yell, guys, get in here! And I'm going to hit her with my rapier. And that is not gonna hit, because that is a nat 1.
Woo! Yeah, you go through the
What's on the bottom of the cage?
the floor.
I slip on an invisible banana peel.
Hilarity ensues.
Alright, so that's your action, you have your bonus, and...
I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage.
You know what? I should actually be getting y'all out. I don't know why we're doing this. Ugh. Sorry, I'm so used to y'all playing with this.
Oh.
Yes, yes. So currently,
We're in trouble.
yeah.
True
you're gonna be
story.
fine.
You're in trouble.
So you would be right here. There you go. Good.
So I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
And go out through the archway. Go back out through the archway.
Here's the archway. So you went to grab a sword. Dakar. You were hanging out in kind of the middle.
It was by the desk.
By the desk. Okay, so put you by the desk. Right. And you're taking off. 5, 10, 15, 20. You can get all the way out and then some more. You have about 10 more if you want.
So I'm gonna go like right behind the wall.
Behind this wall?
No, the other wall, catty corner. To
Okay.
There.
Right
Right
there. Got it. You should kind of pull around.
Mm-hmm.
So you see this kind of lightly bloodied Q just whip around the corner as she's saying, "Guys, get in here!" And she leaves the room. And like
Well, she's gonna come out.
hangs over the corner. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
And that's Anita's turn.
Yeah, that's the end of the turn.
All right. At which point, Dakar, you see over the side of the desk as you kind of look over, this tiny little hooded, kind of halfling-sized creature just looks up, and then pushes up and jumps up and is going to make a stab attack right at you. So we need one more right there. All right. That's going to be, ooh, not too bad. 13 to hit.
Nope.
All right. So as it goes and stabs, misses it, second attack. Oh, yeah. Completely bad. As it jumps and the second dagger comes and gets you, it just can't. It's exhausted from the climb.
I just sort of lean.
From the
back.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes for both. It does like a pincer attack, and you just go back and it just kind of swings over. But now you see this small little creature, at which point it goes running and it just jumps off and makes a break.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
You don't, actually. And that's going to be its turn. Alright, Kellis, you see this tiny little popcorn shrimp pop up.
Okay, so I'm going to yell to Dakar, to chase after the halfling, don't let it go, and escape, and go warn people. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, got it.
And I'm going to use my movement to get next to Q, by the doorway. Yeah.
That's your movement. You still have a little bit of movement if you need to, or you can do an action or your bonus action.
I am going to pull out my sword and I'm holding the sword and I want to pull out the axe and I want to be ready to swing when the elf comes around the corner. That's
Okay.
it.
So well, this will be a ready in action. So you can pick what you're going to attack with. You just have to tell me which one you're going to attack with.
I'll attack with the sword first.
Right, so you're going short sword, so you get it ready, and your trigger would be as she comes out. Once you see her, you're making an attack. Got it. So if anything comes out,
Just like that.
can't do the noise. Yeah, the bubble noise. All right. At which point, the door itself swings open, and you see one more figure step in, and the bow just pulls back, and it fires right at you, Dakar. So we have one more friend who comes in. As the arrow flies, that one, it flies and it actually just goes straight past you and jams right into the rack where the weapons were. Gets second attack. And I think that's a miss as well. That's 12.
Yep.
They are not good. Not good at all. Alright. At which point you hear this other female that comes in and just screams, "They're here! We have them all now." Back to the top. This one's gonna run through 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You get your attack. So Kelnis, go make your attack.
Do I need to take my turn?
Oh, Dakar, yeah, sorry. Dakar, I so apologize.
That's 6.
I forgot 6.
I did roll a number. It's low, but I rolled
I
it.
apologize. Thank you for keeping be honest. Dakar, go for it. Gonna move her back.
I will. Dodging the arrow, and it being nighttime, I'm going to, like, angrily look at the girl who shot at me. It was a girl, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna angrily look at the girl who shot at me, and sort of reach my hands up, and is she outside the doorway?
She's right at the doorway.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to cast Moonbeam, like right there in the doorway.
Oh, fun. And this is a concentration spell, right?
It is. So it's a con 12 save for her.
She rolled a 12 naturally. So half damage, I believe?
Yes.
So as this giant pillar of light just kind of slams down right on the doorway, it almost looks like someone turned on the porch light, but it's very, very bright.
6 damage.
6 damage? Yeah. As soon as the light hits, you hear this kind of wincing pain, but it's almost more like a singeing. It seems so cool to look at, but the burn itself of the light just kind of singes away at the cloak. Anything else?
Yes, with my bonus action, I'm going to reach into my pouch and touch some of the pebbles I have in there and cast Magic Stone on them.
As you energize rocks.
Yeah. And I'll move around behind the desk.
Yeah.
And I'll duck down and take cover.
You want to go? You can have one more if you want to get all the way behind. Or
Yeah.
do you want to stay at the back?
Yeah, all the way behind.
Okay.
And then duck down and just kind of peer over like the little halfling was.
It'll give you a little bit of cover. The halfling was not ducking.
I am ducking. And that's my turn.
Sweet. Now we're back. All right, Kelnis, take your attack.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit her with the sword, but I put it in here. I thought I added it.
It should still be
Aha.
whatever you roll plus your strength.
Now you'll see it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay. So a 19
That'll do.
and hang on just a second. Damage is is it 10?
Yes.
10.
10. So as this large, hulking metallic fighter just you hear it coming, and you just time it perfectly as soon as you hear it and slam, and it just gashes across the face and splits the cheek open, and blood splatters across the floor. She kind of stares at you, and then just kind of licks it off of the corner of her lip.
So as my bonus action, I'm
Don't get your bonus, because that was your...
From before,
yeah,
okay.
So if that is your whole
done. Okay.
reaction.
It's not your turn right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's your reaction from your turn.
It is actually her turn. She kind of looks at you, and then she's going to make her attacks. So she gets her 2 attacks against you.
Okay.
That is a 2, so that's definitely not going to happen.
Mm-mm.
Second swing. Oh my gosh, I'm not using this dice anymore. That was a 3.
Oh no, keep using it.
Nope.
I'm okay
Changing
with
that
it.
one out. Yeah, we'll go for that one. Yeah, so she swipes and swipes and it just won't do anything.
Okay.
That's her turn. Q.
So Q is going to, seeing that it looks like Kelnis has this under control, she's gonna go for an halfling.
Okay.
And then, so she's gonna go kind of run across and swipe with the rapier and then keep running. So that's gonna be a 17 to hit.
Yes.
It's gonna be 10 damage.
Okay.
And then she's gonna use her bonus action to disengage and kind of go into the corner.
This corner here?
Yes.
Okay.
Are there 10 feet over there or just 5? Like
There's 10
across.
feet. 10
Okay,
feet
got
across,
it.
yeah.
Yes, that's where I want to be then.
Alright. Getting that stab in and just kind of hitting immediately to seize you as you take off, it starts falling right behind you and catches right up.
Okay.
Gonna make its attacks. New dice. Oh, much better, baby.
Aw, shucks.
19 to hit.
Yeah.
That is 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Second attack. That is 13 to hit.
No.
Alright. The second one just doesn't quite get there. And then it's going to pull away from you.
I'm assuming I also don't.
Do not.
Okay.
That's going to take us to Kelnis.
Okay. I am going to hit at this hulking elf again with my short sword. Take a picture, take a picture, take a picture!
So you got a nat 1? Is that what you're telling me? You got a nat 1?
No!
In the
Well, that would
comments,
be
guess what she rolled in the
more
comments.
accurate for me, but
Nat 20?
yes.
You're the calmest nat 20 roller I've ever met. I love it. You're like, it's a nat 20.
I was a little more excited.
Nat 20!
I'm using my inside voice.
When we have actual fans, we'll get like a nat 20 bell in here when they send it to us.
Yeah, actual fans.
Don't you discount my friend.
7.
Right, so that's your 7
Damage.
times 2.
Oh, so did you double that dice?
So that would be 6,
6.
and then you add 4. So 10.
10.
Yes, gotta get the damage. Damage is damage.
That's a lot of it. Yes. When you get nat 20, you're gonna roll
Double.
that and double that.
Okay.
Yeah, you wanna make sure you get all of that milky damage.
Milky damage.
That
Yes.
beautiful, beautiful damage.
So that
I
is
don't want to talk about dairy right now.
so that is your attack. You have that slice across the cheek, and then as she comes back in and swings, you just kind of push off with your arms and your hide armor and just shut the blade away from you. And as soon as she kind of spins out, you stab right in and get her right underneath the arm, where there's some weaker points in the armor. Yeah. Anything else you want to do?
No.
That was your action. You have your bonus, and you have movement if you would like it.
I'm gonna stay where I am.
Alright.
I'm done.
Sounds good. Okay, that's gonna take us to the scout over here, who's gonna move. It starts his turn in it. Does that do anything?
Yeah, it's gonna make a con save
Con save.
on the start of his turn.
18 naturally.
13 divided by 2? 6?
The 6 more.
Yes, 6 more.
It's not too bad. But it's gonna leave, and I believe the light
It stays there, yes.
Right. So it's gonna move out of the way. That's 5, 10, 15, 20. Nope, it's right there. We'll pull it there. And it's gonna shoot an arrow. It's actually gonna go at you, Dakar. It's gonna see if it can get you, but you have 3/4 cover, so
Sweet.
you're gonna +5.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, first one hits the. Come on, this arrow. Shoot an arrow.
Shoot her!
Shoot her. 15.
Nope.
Some. Yeah, just doesn't hit. All right, Dakar, your turn.
Ooh. So, I'm going to use my bonus action first. And let's see if this is doable. I can move it. I'm going to use my bonus action to move Moonbeam.
Okay.
I can move it 60 feet.
Yeah.
If I move it over everybody, do they all have to make a con save?
Mm-hmm.
Because it says the first time they enter the area, they have to make a con save.
I got that. I'm gonna make the call though that it's not gonna be if I pass it over you, you take the damage. It's gotta be something that's spending time on you.
Okay. Then I'm going to move it.
I love you, but it's not a high-powered spell.
I'm just reading what's in front of me.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna move it on top of the halfling then.
Okay. So come over here.
Yeah.
Is it first time it's on their turn?
Whenever the creature, whenever a creature enters the spell's area for the first time, or starts a turn there, so it'd be both.
Read it for me again.
Whenever a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn, or starts a turn there.
Okay, so I'll let you have the first one. It's not double the damage of I moved it to them, they take it, now they take it. It's on them when they start their turn, they take damage, or if they decide to walk into it. It's not if it passes them, or if it touches them, they get the damage.
Okay.
So I'll let you have the damage on the first one. I'll get that, but for moving on from right now, when it says the first time they are in it, it's because they stepped into it. It has to be their move to start it. Or if they're already in it, they take it no matter what. So you have it there. It's going to take the damage, but on its turn. So that's your bonus action.
Okay. And with my action, I'm going to sling a magic stone at him. 10.
10 is a miss. Just kind of goes over the head and hits Kelnis's foot.
Really?
No.
You burned down my house.
Takes her foot off. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Alright. It is now the thug's turn, who's going to take its attacks at you again, Kelnis. It's really tired of the way you're just wailing on it. I wasn't expecting something this big. 4. What is up with this thing? Yeah. Second attack. I have rolled a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and now I just rolled a 5.
You're at the middle of
Yahtzee.
Game night.
Yep.
Adding it to the list.
Alright, so yeah, that doesn't happen. It is going to pull away though, because it's getting wailed on. So as it steps, it's going to step back into the room. Kelnis, you will get an opportunity attack if you want it.
Yes.
Go for it.
Roll a d20.
Roll
Thank
your-
you.
You're like, yes, I just want the damage.
Just kidding. Yes, please.
So is this part of my turn or just
It's
This
a
is
reaction.
Reaction.
oh dear. A 6.
Plus.
I don't know. Reaction?
Probably still going to miss.
It's probably a 10.
12.
So 6 plus 6?
Yeah, it'll be 6 plus 6.
I see.
Oh,
12.
yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. You just needed an 11, so yeah. Do the damage.
And that's plus 4, right?
Yes.
9.
9. Yeah. She's looking real rough as she pulls away and you just get another gash across her. For someone who said you're gonna knock people out, you about to kill this guy. Alright, that was the thug's turn. Q.
Q is gonna kind of run like the perimeter of the room and get the guy with the bow.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get behind?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
23.
Yeah.
12 damage.
12 damage. Okay. So as you
And-
go in and you stab in, she's pulled back and you see that she has that one arrow notch and it's just looking right at Dakar, and you get right around. As soon as she turns to go, she kind of pulls off, lets it fire, and it flies way out of range as you get her right into like where the kidneys are, and it just starts to gush out, and she falls down on her back and she is dead.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry, Kelly. I tried.
Things changed. I didn't know it was gonna be like this.
Oh,
I don't blame you.
the turntable.
Anything else you want to do?
How's turntables?
It's my turn. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Alright. Seeing that, now roll your damage
For the movie.
for the movie.
Well, you gotta make a save.
Nat 20.
4 damage. No, 3 damage.
How do you know? Alright, so as it kind of burns away slightly, it's going to run out of the moonbeam, and it runs around, gets right up to you. It's going to make its attacks at you, Dakar. First attack. Oh my, that's a 12 to hit.
Nope.
Son of a. Second attack. Oh, okay, no. You're out too.
How many dice are in your jail?
I have enough. It's only the first hour. Okay.
I guess you missed.
Yeah. It's gonna stay right there though. That will be her turn. That's gonna take us back to Kelnis.
Okay. I'm gonna use my movement to go up to the elf, the big elf.
Okay.
And as my bonus action, I'm gonna go ahead and go into a rage. And as my
I said I was sorry.
I'm not mad at you.
Just disappointed.
It's okay. You may have a turn to be disappointed in me as well. And I'm gonna use that short sword again. It is, never mind, but I'm gonna use it.
It is.
Nope, not gonna jinx myself. So I'm gonna go at her with the short sword.
Okay.
That's a 6.
That is a miss, but give me 1 second real quick. So
You rolled a 6?
Mm-hmm.
So you
So
add
it's
your 6,
12.
so it's 12 again.
Why am I still adding that?
Because
I'm not angry about that, sorry. I'm really whiny.
I mean,
whenever you attack with this, you're gonna be rolling that. You're gonna be adding that +6, unless you're doing that offhand attack, and then you wouldn't add that. And Vasquez will tell you that.
Okay.
And I don't know what rage does. If it adds to
You
anything.
add damage.
It adds damage.
Okay. So 12.
Alright, that is definitely gonna hit, but give me 1 second real quick.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
No,
Are we having
no,
the
no,
internet
no.
problems?
No, you're good, you're good.
We're about to die.
We are. He's concocting a.
I just want to double check.
How we're gonna die.
Because you just leveled up, so
I know.
something should be happening right now.
Well, yes, and I don't understand, but I'm getting mad.
That's
Hang
why I
on.
want to see it. Okay.
Hang on. I'm getting mad. Hang on. Where'd it go?
Okay, got it. So,
I'm getting mad.
how much damage did you say you had?
Oh, I haven't
Just
said
roll
how
that
much.
shit.
rolled your
I didn't roll my
Okay, yeah, you hit.
Okay. So,
Because you said 12?
yes.
Yeah, you hit.
So my damage is 7, but
No, it's gonna be. Wait, yeah.
but +2,
Yep.
so 9.
You got it. So, right now, the only person who would see this is Q. So, Q, you actually have seen Kelnish do some really cool things, and there was that one moment where she her scales lit up in that lightning pattern and then just destroyed somebody. This time, you hear that guttural roar and you think you're waiting for it, except the scales themselves start to give off this orange dust color that kind of falls off, and then as the short sword comes up, before she even hits, there's this burst of fire that kind of erupts out of her body, and everything around it just gets engulfed in
Only
that little
10
flame.
feet.
Everything's
That's
everything around
That's
it.
everything around you.
As soon as the flame hits and just catches the elf, and there's this shriek before you just slam down and silence the shriek by just hacking into the throat, and then it just becomes like
Oh.
as blood just gushes and she chokes on the own blood and bile and just kind of falls to the ground. Knees first hitting, slamming, hearing that metal before falling down to the wall.
I don't know where Q got popcorn, but she.
Those are berries. Oh no.
I feel so good right now.
Added hit points.
They're good.
All right, you have a little bit of movement if you want it.
How much movement do I have?
You've only taken 10 feet, so you still have 20.
I'm
Or you
going to move. Can you move me 10 feet and see 10 feet towards the halfling?
10 feet? I can get you there. I'm pretty sure you don't want to go into the moonbeam.
No. And that's 10 feet or 15.
That's 10. You still got another 10 if you need it, because you have 30 feet total.
All right, let's go another 10.
Yeah, you're right up against it.
Okay.
It's your turn.
I did my attack.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
That's it.
That's going to take us to...
Something should be happening.
Dakar.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to move Moonbeam on top of the halfling. And I'm gonna use another magic stone and attack the halfling with my sling.
Okay, this is at disadvantage.
Would be regular.
Well, it'd be regular because
well.
you're
12.
12 for the halfling is exactly what you needed.
Yep. 5 damage.
Okay. Yeah, so as you pull back and you kind of shorten the length of the sling that you have and just just like it hits right in the nose and you hear the nose as it just kind of shatters. Anything else?
No, I think I'm pretty much pigeonholed in there.
Alright. That's gonna take us back to the top. Thug is down. Hugh.
Okay, so I'm going to run up to the desk, kind of box jump on top, and hit him with my rapier.
Watch out for your shins.
So you want to be in range? Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
maybe
23.
Oh yeah.
Double checking that sneak attack.
Ooh. 17 damage.
17 damage. Okay, what do you want to do?
So we're allowed to kill, right? Apparently so. Right across the throat.
Yeah.
I'm just maiming over here. Why are you guys murdering?
And slowly the moon.
We already got 2. What's one more?
That's a dangerous attitude.
Yeah, I'm glad y'all went in with the whole, let's not destroy and kill thing. And it stuck to that plan.
My bad.
Alrighty, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Good job, team.
I'm gonna back up a little bit because
Yeah.
I think I'm still a little hot. I don't want to get y'all.
You are.
And I don't know what's going on.
And Q's just looking at you like, you are incredible.
I don't know what happened.
Did you step in the moonbeam?
No.
She was the moonbeam.
Y'all are some amazing ladies.
So that didn't go as planned.
No.
Oh, that wasn't the plan?
Were you not listening?
Well, I was doing my part. I was trying to incapacitate, not permanently.
Well, sorry. I'm glad those are down, but
I don't trust that there's nobody else in here, but I do kind of want to go look at the other person that was in the other cage. There was another person
yeah.
that didn't wake up
Let's
when
go
I went
check
and
on
just
them.
kind of shaken.
You want to go do that, and I'll stand here, and if anybody else comes, I'll just.
I'm not gonna lock
What?
the front door
Yeah, do
Good
that.
call.
if I'm able to.
But there's this other archway to another area, correct?
That's where Sheeta's. Oh, so the one you just pushed the thug into as you fought there, that was the other archway. So you kind of went through here. Yeah, it's the next turn. There's a couple of beds.
Oh, okay.
Some living situation area.
Okay, well, I'm gonna cool down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a little unsure of what's
You
going
take
on.
care of yourself. I'm gonna go check the. I'm gonna go check the other cage, see if this person is dead or if I. Yeah.
So you make your way back into the cage. Still body is not really moving.
Okay.
But you walk in as you kind of maneuver and pull. The body's not cold.
Okay.
He is alive. This is actually Dakar's father.
Dakar, get in here.
Have I locked the door?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna make way to Q. What's up, Q? It's my pops!
As you look, there's something slightly off about the way he looks. You're used to seeing the lostness of your father, where he kind of was losing his sanity in his mind. And that same opaqueness in the eyes is there, but now there's a darker ring of gray and black that kind of just sits around the eye socket. Very skeletal-like. He's very unresponsive. Alive. But
I'm gonna feed him a good berry.
you have to force it. And he does take it. No immediate reaction.
Like, don't you have like other healing stuff? Like,
Give me a second.
come on, Dr. Dakar.
Nurse doctor.
MD.
Medicine moment.
I'm gonna give my father some words of inspiration.
Okay.
Come on, Dad, everybody get up. Get up. Come on, Dad, get up.
This is your dad.
I'm being peppy.
Is that what you do at home to cheer up your parents?
That's what we have. Get up. Everybody get up. 5 hit points. On top of the 1 from the good berry.
Still no change.
Does he look responsive? But he's alive.
He was alive the whole time.
While I'm in the main room while they're figuring that out, can I, as I've cooled down, can I look out the front door that's got the little like metal thing to see if anybody's out there?
Absolutely. Going and kind of opening up the little people kind of shutter thing, looking out. Nothing that seems to be active or present.
Okay.
You know, roll me an investigation check.
5.
Let's see, Ron.
5.
Seems absolutely normal.
Fine.
There's outside.
It's dark.
Well, Dakar's desperately trying to gain the attention of his father.
Seems okay out here.
I'm gonna go and investigate the people who were attacking us because I have an inkling that they are not even associated with the city at all.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check on that as well.
19.
19?
Mm-hmm.
Digging around, all of the individuals are female. The large cuirassed armor one had a necklace on, and the necklace itself had a symbol. The symbol is emblazoned in an emerald color with gold leaflet that kind of, it looks like almost like three alligator jaws, but very, very wide, that kind of jut out of the bottom, and there's a crack where the mouth would be, and it looks like they're almost biting at the sky above. You travel over and look at the one with the bow, and you find a similar pendant. Same thing. 3 crags opening upward, biting at the sky. This one actually has on its side a silvered horn that is kind of just draped along the belt line. You go over to the hooded one, and as you pull it back, it is a female halfling. Same pendant, 3 crags, opened up, biting at the sky. Looking through her, you said you rolled a 19?
19.
19. She has numerous satchels around her belt. In one of them, you find a money purse that has 13 gold, 7 silver, 21 copper.
How many silver?
7. 13, 7, 21. In the second satchel, there is a finely ground, it almost looks like ash that just sits inside of this hefty palm-sized pack.
These guys are real weird. They're into some weird stuff. Do I know anything about these pendants?
Roll a history check.
Nat 20.
Woo!
You know everything about it.
You have encountered people in your dealings. You get hired on a lot, just to locate items, find them, eliminate threats, and you really don't. Your moral compass allows you to work for many people, knowing that it's not you making the decisions. It really is the vile scum that are hiring you.
Mm-hmm.
You have not encountered this faction, but they follow the old deity Yagu, who is also known as the Storm Lord of Chaos. They are a power-hungry organization. The three crags symbolize the three eldritch beasts that Yagu would ride into battle. It's because of these three beasts that whenever teams go out, they always travel as a trio. So you have encountered one trio of this faction.
Okay.
The
I
faction is also known as the Pervasive Fury.
I take all three and I give one to them also.
Okay, so you each have an emblem.
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
I really elevate.
First time. Exposition, fast
Take
forward.
shot.
Just testing your meme out.
That's where you do like a silent shot with your voiceover.
We'll get it in
And
post.
you like, yes, yeah.
We'll get it in post because you know we edit so much.
So, are we wearing these to try and disguise ourselves?
Just hold on to them. Use them if you need them.
Gotcha. Right on.
I'm sorry because I just see Dekar as like, we need a disguise.
Did it work?
Who are you?
It's me!
Good times.
You know what? I also want to go and look at this horn.
Okay. So, I mean,
Just
it's silvered.
okay. Anything special about it? Just silver horn.
It's got some nice little gold engravings on it that are more picturesque than anything.
Okay.
You blow into it, and nothing comes out. No sound, but you are clearly blowing into it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Kelnis, you hear a noise.
It's a dragon whistle.
Ow! Stop, please!
This doesn't work.
Yes, it does.
But her ears were so small.
Because they're far away, they're up so high.
Oh.
What does it sound like?
It's a heavy, I mean, it sounds like a battle horn. Something that you could hear. I mean, it's loud.
Real loud. I need you to stop, please.
Okay, stop.
Thanks.
Well, since you can hear it,
You want me to hold on to it?
yeah, you
Okay.
might be able to use it.
I'm also going to grab a satchel off one of the satchels from the halfling, so I can put the horn in there, and I can put the emblem in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have a little tiny little knapsack.
Little coin
Little fanny
purse.
pack.
Did I hear the horn?
Yep.
Oh. Should we have the horn so we can call her?
I'm not a pet.
Yeah, she's not a pet.
I said this to
That's a
Q.
really good idea.
Oh.
But we're not angering her.
Yeah, you saw what happened. I'm still not sure what's going on with that.
Menopause.
Were you good? get your dad?
No, I was gonna see if Kelness would help me carry him out of here.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea.
Sure.
Just gotta figure out where to.
Yeah, we should probably do that for a week.
Yeah.
I checked outside. Looked like we were in the clear.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'm a little concerned because this is where we thought your mom was, but your mom's not
Dad's
here.
But the mayor was still alive when I saw him. So do you think mom's with him?
Probably.
We could head to the mayor's house.
If I were a mayor, where would I live?
He's probably in his mayor house.
Fair enough.
So
All
you're
right,
thinking,
so yeah, let's take your dad.
where y'all heading to?
Good question.
Well, let's decide. He's not getting any lighter.
We can put him down, but before we decide.
But softly.
I softly said that.
Well, I mean, where else can we take him? Where's a safe place for your family to go?
I'm thinking we should maybe head to my tree.
You have a tree.
I have a tree.
Does your mom
Like
have a tree?
a tree house?
I feel like both my parents know about my tree. That's where I was born.
You were born in a tree.
No, I was born from a tree.
Your mother is a tree?
No, my mother's my mother.
But
It's like
But
how you probably got delivered by a stork, and you got delivered by a bigger stork. I was
no,
just delivered by a tree.
Dakar.
we gotta have a serious conversation.
That's so gross.
I mean,
But it sounds fun.
sure, let's take him to the tree.
Is the tree gonna help your dad?
Well, it helps me.
Okay. Did you pick up the money? I have money, y'all.
Did she just hold you up? Did
With
she
the
just rob you?
sword.
Did she just rob you?
That girl.
She learned so well.
So, as you make your way to the tree, everybody roll me one last stealth check.
19.
20, not natural. Oh, wait, no, 22.
Not natural.
12, because I'm carrying Dekar's dad.
We'll say that, yeah. You make your way. It takes you.
That's why it's low.
It takes you a while to get there, but you lead them through, heading through the field here through that little opening into the deadwood, and make your way to the tree, which is where we're going to take a break. So we'll be back in just a moment to see what happens. Will more people be murdered? Probably. Till then, save your
Permanently fainted. Permanently fainted. Minutes? Who has minutes?
Minutes, who's got the minutes?
I know I get to use D10s today.
What's that?
D10 is a bigger guy.
No.
Oh.
Button, who's got the button?
It's right there, Mr. Wonka.
From Willy Wonka.
Oh, there's another one.
It's also a game.
Bum, bum.
Bum,
Michael.
bum, bum, bum.
Who's got the
Bum, bum, bum,
bum, bum?
What you're talking about? Hold on. Go again.
My bad.
Whoa.
Who's got the da ba da? Who run the world? I mean, okay, who run the world?
Squirrels. We run this mother.
Oh, there.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're trying to say.
It's a song.
Oh!
Who's got the?
Who's got the ball?
No.
Who's got the ball? That one?
Can we pull this closer?
Yes, we can.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh!
18.
I'm sorry, just restage it.
18.
Who's got
My
the?
17, 17, 70s, that's good now.
Who got the what?
Who's got the pain?
Me!
T-Pain?
Jump around! Jump around!
X, go give it to you! Go give it to you!
I'm all thinking, button, you must wander. Who's got the pain? I have no idea what song you're talking about. But we can look it up.
I just did.
Oh.
Oh. Bum bum.
This is literally every song. I've never heard that
So
in my
it's
life.
a dance thing then.
Yeah.
Alright, so let me get mine back out there.
I'm trying to support you, but I ain't
It's okay.
You're on your own.
I appreciate it. I'll just go.
Bye guys, it was fun.
Bye.
Hello and welcome back to our second half of tonight's episode at Night School. So we just finished off with the heroic slaughtering of 3 members of the faction of the Pervasive Fury as you make your way stealthily through the Deadwoods towards Dakar's mysterious tree. You have a little time to converse amongst yourselves before arriving.
So tell me more about this tree.
It's where I was born. Like, I go there when I'm feeling sort of wanting, and I'll just sit in my tree and have a nice little dream, and it usually tells me what I need to do or need to know.
Your tree tells you what to do?
Well, my dream does, but I'm assuming it's a tree maybe doing it.
Have you ever tried to do this away from your tree?
I think you know the answer to that. No, I have not.
Okay. Well,
Something to think about.
yeah.
Because if your dad's gonna be in the tree, you don't have a tree to be in.
We might both be able to squeeze in there. I don't know. Find out when I get there.
I guess so. So, yeah, just go into the tree. Go into the forest to look for a tree.
Is it this tree?
No. Oh,
Is it this tree?
no.
Is it that one?
That one.
Y'all will
What about
know
this
it
one?
when you see it.
Is it the bush?
It's a
No,
tree.
that's a bush.
Oh. Okay. How do you know? Okay. You know what? Just lead the way.
I also imagine that whole time that Kelnis is using Dakar's father's hand to point at the tree. Sorry, that's what came to my mind. But yeah. A little time goes by and you finally are reaching this point where even though there's darkness still within these really early hours of the morning, there is a general light that's given off by this area of the forest. As the moon kind of cuts through and hits it, there is this large tree with a cutout opening into the bark. And it seems purposely dug through. Dakar, this is your special spot.
Here's my tree.
It's a nice tree.
It is.
That's a tree.
Mm-hmm. I told you it was.
I go and I try to step in the tree.
Step right into it. Kind of sit yourself down. It's quite roomy. The whole inside is carved out. And as you look up, you see just a little portion of the moon as it kind of holds in the corner of where the limbs kind of break. And you see kind of the wisps of clouds move across it.
It's a nice tree, right?
How do you turn it on?
There's a switch in there. It's not a shotgun.
No, it's like a ceiling light.
It's the thing. It's not an overhead fan. Sorry.
I get out and I'm like, it's just stupid tree.
I don't really know how it works. It works for me.
Did you dream?
No, I was awake.
No, her eyes didn't close. Usually eyes are closed.
Is that-
when you're dreaming.
Try it.
Okay, I get back in.
Is it working?
No,
How about now?
no. Ask me again.
Now!
No.
Okay, I don't think it works for you.
Okay. Well, have the tree fix your dad.
Well, I was just gonna leave my dad here because I know it's a safe place.
Oh, okay.
And last time I communed with my tree, it showed me four posts that are in the deadwood that I was gonna go visit.
We saw 4 posts.
We saw 4 posts. They all said different things.
And there was a thing in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't step in it. It seemed dicey.
Nah, it's probably safe.
I don't know. Didn't-
Do you remember where the 4 posts were?
No, I just remember walking and getting lost and finding
And
it.
backing up and finding the
Yeah,
posts.
and then getting lost again.
But they're here somewhere.
I'm pretty sure I know where they are.
So should we go there next?
If I know where they are. I know where they are, right? No, I don't know where they are.
Okay, well I'm gonna put your dad in the tree.
I don't like this idea, but it seems like.
Well, what would you like to do, Q?
No, I don't have an alternative. But I don't think leaving your comatose father in a tree is the best idea.
Can we put him like off to the side so if you look straight in you don't see him?
I think that's a good idea. How is your dad gonna eat?
I gave him a good berry. It keeps you nourished for 24 hours.
Okay.
What about your mom?
I think we talked about that. Going to the mayor's house.
I feel like during the nighttime is better. We seem to have more luck at nighttime.
Mm-hmm. We do.
You
And luck
guys,
is important.
you guys want to go try that now?
No, it's about to be morning.
It is about to be morning.
Is it about to be morning?
We still got a
Yes.
few more hours a night.
We still have a few more hours than that.
I mean, I don't think I should go. I think you have more of a reason to be there to go. I'll go and like hang back. If you guys need me, I'll.
To the post or to the mayor house?
Mayor's house.
Oh, okay.
I
Gotcha.
did not kill him, but he may have some ill feelings towards me.
I know he has ill feelings towards me. He shot 2 arrows at me.
I just don't like him.
Yes.
Well, he doesn't like you either. We know
You
that.
can't be. Yeah. You
No.
stole your mom and
Oh, yeah, he's
did
a
this
jerk.
to your dad. So are we going to the mayor's house?
Yeah, let's go scope out the mayor's house.
Okay.
Well, we have the cover of darkness.
Okay. All right, let's go find your mom. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
So you're heading to the mayor's?
Yes.
So the mayor's house is positioned behind the main thoroughfare of the town, where that opening was, that kind of filled area. If you follow it back, it actually leads to a manor house. So as you make your way there,
Are we going through like the town or can we go around?
you can go the same way you came without getting into the town.
It's just, I think it's actually back in the field.
Okay.
It's not in the town.
He's very removed from what you've kind of gleaned your time in Lakota. The mayor doesn't like being in Lakota. So even living among the residents is kind of, it's insulting to him. So he's pulled as far back as possible to have his own kind of establishment of this is my place and that's your place. So you make your way up towards the mayor's manor.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you guys are going in, like I said, I don't know if me going in there is the best idea. It is still night though, so he might be asleep.
Yeah, I thought we were just going to scope it out. Like, see if we can find
The outside
like a point of weakness that we can maybe enter through.
Are there any guards?
doors,
I mean,
windows.
well, man, you're the expert. Glad we got you
Did
with
you
us.
see her unlock that jail cell? I didn't see it,
I didn't see it either.
but she freaked you.
I saw her open the front door that was unlocked. That was
I did that really
that was skillful.
All right, so we're going up. We're looking at the house. Are there any lights on or anything?
Every single window that you can see, from the upper stories to the lower windows, are lit up.
Great news. That means we can kind of see into the house. We could peer right in, but probably better to stay back.
Mm-hmm. What about like any figures walking across windows or any? Is there movement inside?
Not a lot of movement. Every now and then you catch a shadow in the lower floor, towards the front entrance, the front door. Nothing that really seems like a person. You just see movement of something kind of within the frame that's shifting the perspective of the light.
Mhm.
There is the main entrance that you approach to, and then also since you're approaching from the south, on the southwestern side, there is also a single solitary door that is tucked away, kind of towards the mid-back of the house. Possibly like a servant's entrance.
Well, if we're going, are we going in or are we just looking? I need to know that right now.
I don't think I can go in there inconspicuously.
I agree.
So what do you think we should do? You're the sneaky one.
Well, that's why. Like, I mean, if I try to go in through the maid's quarters, or whatever it is, the servant's entrance. I mean, once I try to get in, there's no going back.
That's one exit.
Well, there's numerous exits.
All the windows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, your exits.
Throw a shaker.
Or a body.
Throw a desk through the window. You can't get through those windows.
Throw it twice.
Sorry. Never mind. Off topic. My students don't need to see me do that.
I am gonna get closer to that back entrance to see what that door looks like. I don't know why the camera keeps on moving. So I'm gonna get closer to that back entrance to see like how secure it is. If I can get any more information about how many people might be in the house.
Okay.
So
Following up,
stealthily, I'm gonna do
as you pull up, roll a stealth check.
23.
You get up to the side manor of the stone facade of the house. Pulling up to the first window, there's little light coming through, but as you do peek through, it's more of a, not a frosted glass, but it's not as clearly visible to see through. There's no movement in this room, but this room is darker compared to the heavy light that you're seeing come from an open doorway directly across from the window.
Does the door have any like external locks or anything, or just
Making it to the door, it is just a single tumbler lock.
okay? What's a tumbler lock? I would know this.
Yeah.
My character would know it, but I don't know what a tumbler lock is.
So you're looking at something where you're going to have to insert and get the tumblers inside to fall. It's just like you would use for a key.
Okay.
It's not padlocked. It's not something that's a heavy trap mechanism. It's just a standard
House door.
Yeah.
I want to look kind of like at the on the doorstep to see if it looks like anybody has gone in or out recently.
Okay, do an investigation check.
12.
Doesn't seem like there's been much traffic this direction. There's a couple of prints, but they seem very, very lightly
Mm-hmm.
treaded.
Okay. I'm gonna go back and talk to them, and I'm gonna tell them it doesn't look like people use that entrance very often, and there's only one lock on the door. I mean, if we wanted to get in, we might be able to.
I say we try and sneak in now.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Calm your bravado down there, Calvin. Don't sound too excited.
Okay.
All right. So going up to the door, I am going to try to unlock it.
Okay, go ahead. Roll for it.
11.
Takes you a little bit of time, but a little bit of ease and this can open.
Okay. Slowly turn the knob, and I don't open the door until it's completely turned, so that it doesn't make that little click.
No, no. Just
Oh, okay.
pull it.
Pull. Then yeah, pull.
So as you pull, there's a slight creak, but nothing that seems jarring.
Okay.
Stepping in, this area is a galley kitchen. So it's a long expanse of a room. It is dark. There's a small fire within the stove area that's more there just so that the fire can be easily restarted for the breakfast. But it's very dark.
Okay. No voices.
Roll a perception check.
17.
There is a couple of murmurs that quickly go silent.
Wait. And I hide in the kitchen.
So you find yourself, there's actually a large standing block table, which will be used mainly for prep. And you kind of tuck behind it. A minute goes by. 2 minutes. Nothing.
Okay. Alright, I go towards the edge of the kitchen.
The archway where the light is coming leads into the main doorway, the manor.
Mhm.
As you peek around, you see 2 guards stationed on both sides of the door, both holding spears that seem just ready for something to come in through the door.
Through the other door.
No, through the main door.
Okay. So, like, opposite to where I am.
You are on the side, so imagine if you came in through the side,
Mm-hmm.
the galley kitchen runs this way. The main manor is right in the middle. You're coming right across and seeing in through a side door.
Galley kitchen means as long as skinny.
Got it. Okay. I look over to them and I kind of like with eyes ask, "Are we doing this?"
Okay.
I'm going to use minor illusion to make it look like that door's trying to be opened.
Okay. Can you read out minor illusion for me?
Mm-hmm. Where is it? Here. You create a sound or an image of an object within range that lasts for the duration. So the illusion also ends if you dismiss it as an action or cast the spell again. If you create a sound, which is what I want to do, I want it to sound like someone is trying to open the door. Its volume can range from a whisper to a scream. It can be your voice, someone else's voice, or a lion's roar, a beating of drums, or any other sound you choose. The sound continues unabated throughout the duration, or you can make discrete sounds at different times before the spell ends.
So exactly what do you want it to sound like? Because are you going with sound or movement?
I'm gonna go... Does it have to be one or the other?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll go with sound, like someone is trying to pick the lock badly.
So you know what that sounds like?
Like a really...
Yeah, so I want it to sound like when I was trying to open the crate.
It's
Yes, when I was trying to open the crate that the unicorn was in. Yeah. And like dropping all those
bead.
toys and yeah.
Beads,
I want it to sound like that. And I want to, more than anything, I want to see the guards' reaction and see if more guards come.
Okay.
To help.
So as soon as you kind of have that going, the guards immediately take a step, kind of side flanking both, and they have their spears up at the ready now, readying an attack towards the door. Then you hear, and you hear these plodding footsteps. As out of the corner you see the snout of a black bear pull forward. They wait for a second, it kind of dissipates and the sound dies away for a few seconds. Comes back in, and they just wait and they kind of look at each other, wondering like, how bad is this person?
But no other people come down?
You see one of the guards put up a hand that's just kind of like telling them to hold and wait.
Okay. How far are they from me?
I believe it'd be 20 feet? 10 feet? 20 feet? 50 feet.
Huh?
15.
15? So while they're focused on the door, we're doing this.
Okay.
I'm gonna run up and hit the one that has its hand up.
Okay. So as you run towards the one that's closest to you, as soon as you come out, an arrow just flies right in. That one. And it just hits the door frame and actually goes straight through one of the open windows and just shatters the window. And as you look up, you see Darian Laffey just holding. And he says, "Not today, bitch!" And I need everybody to roll initiative as you are back into another encounter. Woo!
I mean, you don't get double initiative when you roll a net 20.
Right, so hold
But
on.
it's
Yeah,
there.
Alrighty, so Quimora, you came up through the galley.
Mm-hmm.
You were coming in that way. So you have the guards themselves.
Damn, he has a pretty house.
Ooh.
Here's the mayor. So you had them there as they wait for the door for the front. Darian is up above. You have the bear. Oh. Got a familiar friend. And 5 more now. Alrighty. You also have Kelnis. You guys never actually moved, so you're still back here.
Woo.
Alright, so as you run in, getting right in, the arrow flies, hits the window, just shatters. Everybody roll for initiative. Hold on.
So it's a whole wall and entrance is where you can do it.
Alright, 25 through 20.
20.
Woohoo.
22.
22.
22.
It's late. We're not.
It's
mad.
early.
It's early. What are you talking about? We just have this.
It's a beautiful April 10th day.
Alright, 20 through 15.
17.
17. 15 to 10?
13.
13. Now let's see where they fall. This one.
Who's it in my face?
The feet.
The statue up there.
Yeah.
That he animated the armor.
That's
from
the one that kept eating it.
Yeah, friends are still here. Oh. Darian didn't roll that bad. Armor. And the bear, who rolled extremely well. Alrighty. So as you hear this piercing shatter of window, Kelnis, you immediately hear it, and it is your turn first.
Okay,
Do I not get a surprise attack since I ran in?
No, because they're not surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be surprised if they had no idea there was anything coming. With you having the noise,
Got
causing they
it.
are now aware. So as soon as it came out, there was a ready to attack
Got it.
already there. So Kelnis.
Okay, I'm going to use my movement to rush in. Like, can I
Where
go?
are you going?
Well, I want to go. Isn't it a doorway?
So you have next to the wall, you have the doorway right here.
Okay.
So you'd have to use your movement to get there. It
That's
should
what
be
I'm
5, 10, 15, 20. You still have 10 more?
Yep.
25.
And I want to move kind of towards bad guy.
Which one?
Mayor. Yeah, I know.
There.
Sorry.
So you want to stay on the wall?
Yeah.
Okay. So kind of keep in mind this is an upper story area, so there is a staircase over here
Mm-hmm.
and the upper story.
And a railing.
Yeah.
Upper story.
Got it.
Yes. Okay.
Right. I just don't want you to go that way and think that you're just gonna.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
So my bonus action. I'm going into a. Nope.
How did she go down?
I heard you get mad and then sigh.
So because you're still trying to get rid of this, what I'll give you is because now that we've learned that your bonus action will affect other people, I'll say if you wanted to, you could get your bonus action as you're running. So it would already have ignited, and you can come in ready if you
Come in hot.
Yes, I'd like to do that. I'd
Okay.
like to come in hot
Right.
and get right past Quimora.
So as you're running through the kitchen, there's a brief flash of light as Dakar sees everything around him for a moment. and then you just kind of dissipate down a little bit and run through.
I have a javelin that I would like to throw up at Darian.
Go for it.
10 plus 6?
Mhm.
16.
That is exactly what you need to hit him. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Hang on.
4 plus 4.
Plus 2, because you're also in a rage.
Oh.
Now is that because I'm in a rage or because
Yes.
of my aura?
Yeah.
Because you're
The rage is your aura. Your aura is a rage, yeah.
10.
10 points of damage. And it slams in and it just catches and it kind of pierces and pushes through the knuckles of the hand that was holding the bow. And you just see him drop the bow.
Okay.
Anything else you want? I think that's all you have.
You
That's all I
done
got.
named him.
You got it. That's going to take us to the bear, who just sees you throw it and just immediately and then turns and starts kind of picking up speed towards you. Comes up and just goes to slam its claws into you and its mouth just opens up. So its first attack, it's going to attempt to claw at you. That is a 13 to hit.
Does not hit.
And then it takes its bite at you. That is an 18.
Dang it.
You're raging though, so it's going to be half damage anyway. That is 4 points of piercing damage, half to 2.
Okay.
As it sinks into your arm as you kind of brace it up to block, and it just kind of hits on your skills, and the heat off of it kind of hits its mouth and it lets go. That is its turn. Q.
Q is going to use her bonus action to disengage with that one because she already
Okay.
got there. She's gonna go around to the bear to flank the bear, and just gonna hit him. 18 to hit.
Oh yeah. There's pretty massive on the medium side.
13 damage. And then Q is also going to say, all we wanted was Dakar's mom. We didn't have to do all of this.
Alright, anything else?
That is it.
It is Darian's turn. As Darian hears that and he just shouts, Jilda! Eat that one, and kind of points over at you as he kind of holds on to that same part on his gut where you stab straight through. And then he reaches down to pick up the bow, and as he does, he grabs his amulet that was around his neck. It flashes that yellow color again, and you see that piece of armor sitting right next to him just stand back up. And that is his turn. That's going to take us to the armor, who's going to move. And stops at the stairwell. Dakar, it is your turn.
I'm gonna use my movement to make it like 5 feet back from the doorway. I think I have enough for that.
There?
Back a little bit. There we
Because
go.
I'm
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire. I think if I cast this sort of on the rug, I'm assuming is what that is.
Yes.
Or the marblin. In sort of that area, I think it'll hit all 4 of them, or all 3 of the people down there.
It's a 10-foot,
20-foot cube.
20-foot cube.
Yeah.
You will be able to get. You can either get these 2 right here,
Mm-hmm.
or you could get these 2. You wouldn't be able to get all 3.
I'll do the 2 guards then.
Alright, so the 2 guards, so it's
Yeah.
going to hit right in this area.
So I got DC 12 deck save.
For Fairy Fire,
Yes.
they are both going to pass. Succeed.
I would use a bonus action to cast a magic stone on some of the rocks in my pouch.
Are one of those cantrips?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's it.
You energize your rocks once more. That's going to take us to the guard, who is going to turn and is going to come right through, and it's going to stop and try to hit you, Kelnis.
Okay.
First attack, That is a miss as it rolls a 5. This die is going to hell.
Do you have any left?
And that is all it gets. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was a horrible attack. Second guard is going to back up and actually run towards you, Q, as it's going to flank you. Takes its spear. Oh my gosh! 9. 9 to hit. I rolled a 5 and a 6. That is horrible.
7, 8, 9's coming up.
7, 8. Yeah, well, I've got 1 through 6 now. Eventually, I'll be able to.
Dungeons and Dragons teach you how to count.
Yeah. 1. And that is its turn. Back to the top of the order. Kelmis.
Okay, I'm going to, with my bonus action, I'm going to flare up again.
Okay.
So that should hit the first guard, and it should hit the bear.
It will also hit Quimora.
Well,
Because you are 10 feet away. It will get right onto Quimora. And
sorry.
it doesn't go through walls, so luckily it will not get Dakar.
I'm going for it.
It's
I'm
fine.
still learning.
As it erupts, no, it's great. So as it erupts, this massive heat wave just kind of explodes off your scales. It singes the bear's fur. The guard kind of covers his face and shields his eyes, and Quimora just gets a blast of it in her face. So it's 2 fire damage to each of you.
Yes. Now Quimora, like me, has no eyebrows.
Singed.
That's my bonus action. I'm going to attack.
I never said it.
I'm going to use my short sword to attack the bear.
Okay, go for it.
11.
11 for the bear will hit.
Okay.
That's exactly what you needed.
So, hang on. It's this plus that.
No, plus
No.
7.
Double this.
Did you roll that 20?
No.
No.
But I'm in
So you
range.
rolled your d6.
Yeah.
So your d6.
You don't get double, but try that again.
You add 2.
Your d6
Oh.
plus your 4 plus 2 for the range.
God, there's so much math.
Times 3 divided by 5, solve for x.
Yep.
The square root.
Okay.
So it'd be 9.
Yes.
3 plus 4 plus 2.
Okay. 9 damage.
9 damage.
We
Alright.
gotta go back to earlier.
As the bear just kind of winces, you jam it and it goes straight through the shoulder and kind of hits. It limps over to one side, and you can see the other paw just kind of comes up and it can't put its weight on it. Looks real sad.
Oh.
Don't make me feel bad for this bear.
There's a twinkle in its eyes. You can tell it's a mama bear.
My children.
It's wearing those park
Anything else
ranger
you wanna do,
hats.
Kels?
It just wants to stop forest fires.
Come on, Zepta, where are you?
Anything else you want to do?
That's all I can do.
Alright, Q, it is your turn.
Q is going to seeing how Kelnis just really ripped into that bear. She's also going to do that. So she is going to 23.
Yeah, just kill the bear. How do you want to do it?
What?
Did you roll-
Dakar, your bear is back! And she's just gonna hit him in the back where she thinks his kidneys would be. Also.
Yeah. It's no kidney there, but you slice in, and it's like you slice right through the spinal column, and it just fibers
Yeah.
spray everywhere, and it goes limp. That bear is down. That bear didn't last nearly as long as the other bear.
And then Q's also gonna use her bonus action to disengage with that one and hide behind the wall.
Which wall?
It looks like there is an opening like straight that way.
This way?
No. Towards the farther wall. Yeah.
There's only a doorway right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the way you came in. The rest of it's a wall.
Then just gonna use her bonus action to go 10 or 15 feet towards the front door.
So 5, 10, 15?
Yeah, right there.
Alright, as you pull away that direction. Alrighty, that's gonna take us to Darian, who sees the bear, and you see him just kind of breathe heavy. There's no tear or anything for this bear.
Sure.
And he pulls back his arrow, and he's gonna make his shots. He's gonna take one shot at you, Q. Hold on, make sure it is.
8.
Ooh. First shot at Q. Nat 1! You are going away. Wedding dice. Not doing love for me today. Okay, so second attack. Nope, just not going to do it. As he fires off the arrows and can't hit you. And you see him kind of pull back a little bit. That's going to take us to the armor, which is going to situate itself right there. And that's where it's going to stay. Dakar, it is your turn.
I'm going to sling a magic stone at the guard right in front of me.
Okay, go for it.
19.
19 will hit.
7 damage.
Okay.
And with my bonus action, I am, after I send that stone out with one hand, wait, yeah, Q's behind him, right? So I can see Q.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Balm of the Summer Court on Q
Aww.
to give her 6 hit points plus 1 temporary hit point.
Ooh.
You feel this rush of summer warmth in the wee hours of the morning.
Does it grow back your eyebrows?
I doubt
One,
it.
just one of them. That's the temporary. that's the temporary hit point.
It'll go away.
Yeah, it's temporary.
Got it. Nicely done. Anything else you'd like to do, Dakar?
No, I'm tapped out.
Alrighty. So the guard that you just hit kind of brushes off the blood that's on his temple, and he's actually going to run in towards you. Kelnis, you will get an opportunity attack.
Yes, please. So I need to roll. Thank you. I'll get it eventually. A
That is a miss.
Plus. Plus 6.
14.
Sadly, a miss.
Oh.
As you strike in, he kind of ducks under, and your short sword just hits the stone way, of the archway. He runs through. Dakar is going to make his attacks against you. What color, Dakar? Black. Let's do black for death.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. No, I haven't used it.
Wow.
Oh my. 10.
Miss.
Yeah, can tell. So that is fun for him. This card over here is going to actually make its run at you, Q. Makes its attack. Oh, much better. 18.
Yep.
Doing only 2 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 points of piercing damage. Not too bad. That's going to take us up to Kelmis.
Okay, I'm going to use my movement to move towards the guard next to Q.
Okay.
I'm not flaring up,
Okay.
but I am going to hit him with my short sword.
Go for it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 10
Mm-hmm.
plus 16.
Mm-hmm.
That is exactly what you need to hit him.
Woohoo.
2 plus 4
Plus
is 6 plus 2 is 8.
Yes.
Yes. So as you kind of pull up, you see that he just jabbed in, got a little bit of the leg of your friend Q, and as he goes into the leg, you just get him right across the back. It just slices right into his leather armor. Anything else?
I'm going to. How far did I move?
It was only 10 feet.
I'm going to move 20 feet towards the stairs.
20 foot towards the stairs, so going that way?
Yeah.
Alright, as you pull away, he kind of pulls out the spear and tries to jam it right at you. It does not hit you at all.
Those loaded dice as a gift was such a
Yeah. What did I do? Not one of them has been working. What have I not used today? Yeah, let's go with those two. Okay.
The shame pile.
They're all in the shame pile right now.
We'll have to get a picture of that for the gram.
Alright,
Nice.
the bear is dead. Q, it is your turn.
Q's gonna yell after Kelnis. She's gonna say, "I'm right behind you," but before that, she's gonna hit the guard who just hit her. 21.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, 6 damage. And then she's gonna use her bonus action to disengage and get as far as she can up the stairs. Or actually, no, she's gonna stay behind Kelnis, but she's gonna run towards her.
So you're going
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Darian is going to step up. And he's going to take his shots. One at... Oh, let's go one at you each. Since he has no idea that Dakar's in the building. First one at Kelnis.
I'm gonna kill this my beautiful cover.
Second one at Q. 18?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, because I've really been playing. Yeah.
No, the
But
only
do you
reason
get
is because
points
I'm
off?
the only one who's been hit this entire
Oh,
game.
But
It's
does he
not
get
bad.
points off
6
because you're
points.
behind me?
Okay.
6 points of piercing damage.
I
As
mean,
it
I think
jams
you would
into
offer
your
like
range.
half cover.
I stuck my arm out. I mean, I'm really big.
And that is its turn. The armor stays right where it is. Dakar, it'll be your turn.
I'm gonna cast Shillelagh on my Staff of Bird Calls
Go for it.
and smack the guy in front of me. Like I did the bear.
Shillelagh's a bonus, correct?
Oh, yes, it's
Okay.
a bonus action.
Yeah, go for it.
So that's 13.
13 for the guard.
The guard.
Is a miss.
I am going to see. Can I see Q from where I'm at?
Maybe get a glimmer of her leg, but not enough to know that it's exactly Q. There is a guard that's also.
I have very distinct
Oh.
ankles.
I know those
Aren't you
boots.
pretty purple?
I know those boots. Ba, 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 ba. Oh no, but that was my action. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. That's gonna take us to the guard. The guard that's right at you is gonna make his attack as he takes his both hands on it and just shoves it right towards you, Dakar. And we're gonna go with a different color. Orange for Dakar. Oh, much better. That is 17.
Yep.
17 to hit, which is a D8.
Yay, I'm not
Only
alone.
3 points of piercing damage. As he jabs, it kind of catches right across the inside of your arm. Yeah. Would have been more vital, but you kind of hit it with the shillelagh. That's going to take us to the other guard, who is going to... Let's think about this. Yeah, he's going to run behind and get right here, Kelnis. Not Kelnis. Q is coming at you. Takes both his hands, jabs straight at you. That is going to be a 17.
Yeah.
Doing only 3 points of piercing. Nope, I lied. Yep, nope, 3 points of piercing damage.
Nope, nope, yep.
Don't go too much higher than that.
21 points of piercing damage. And that is its turn. Top of the order, Kelnis.
Okay, I'm going to use my movement to move towards the stairs, past Q, and to that guard. Next to that guard.
So you're going this way?
Uh-huh.
Okay, you can get there, or you can even stop there and get him. Do you want to be closer to the stairs, or do you want to be closer to the guard? Either way, you can hit.
How far am I if I'm closer to the guard than the stairs? How far am I
Maybe-
from Quimora?
You're still there, 5 feet away from her.
Okay. Let's stay where I'm at, and I'm going to hit him with my short sword.
Go for it.
Okay. 15. Does it hit?
Plus 6.
Plus 6,
Oh
21.
yeah, does it?
You'll get it.
Yeah, it takes a little time.
Math.
Sad, because I was a math tutor.
Oh, those poor kids.
In my defense, we did really, really well. Okay. 3 plus 6 is 9.
No.
Nope, just kidding.
You're on
3
4
plus 4 is 7 plus 2 is 9.
So 9 to that guard.
Mm-hmm.
Solvex.
Yeah.
I liked math
You got it.
until calculus. That was all.
So you get him with a short sword and you kind of dive right in and go for the inside of the hip, and you just graze right next to where the artery would be, but you don't quite nick it, but you do pull back, and there's quite a large blood pattern on his leg. That's going to take us to Q.
So Q is gonna go around the guy, so that right there.
Okay.
And she's just gonna continue, but she's gonna tell Callus, you just found that. You're real good with it. Good jinx. 25.
Oh, yeah.
11 damage.
11 damage. So as you kind of give your little platitude to Kelnis, you flip around, and as you're saying it, you just slice across with your rapier, and it just slits the throat of the guard, and as he falls down, you hear the, "Oh, thanks!"
That was nice.
Another one down. You have a little bit of movement, and you have your bonus.
So I did 15 that way. I'm gonna go up towards Kelnis and be like, alright, let's go up the stairs.
Okay. Alright. That's gonna take us to Darian, who's going to make his attacks again. This time both of them at Q, who seems to be slaughtering all of his men. First one is a miss.
One is an animal.
Second one is a nat 20.
Oh, shit, I'm down. Probably.
Nat 20. That is. Let's see. That is 12 points of piercing damage. As he shoots the first arrow, or the first arrow misses, second arrow he pulls up, aims it, and it just slams right into your back. You down?
Yeah.
As you fall over to the side, unconscious and slowly bleeding out over the wonderful marble flooring.
Fuck your rug!
No, you're not on the rug yet, so.
Give it a few turns. You'll get it. You'll get
Fall
it.
that way, you're falling that way. Alrighty. Darian slaps the banister for a little bit. Yes! Things are going well again. At which point the armor is going to take a step down the steps. And that's it. That's going to take us to Dakar.
I'm going to try to channel my inner bear murdering attack and just try to poke the guard in the face with my staff.
Go for it.
16.
16 is exactly what you need.
7 damage.
7 damage. So you get that rage again. You're trying to be a Kelnis, and you remember hitting the bear, and you just instinctually hit right on the jaw, and you hear the cracking of teeth as they kind of shatter and one falls out, and there's just this in the head, and the staff went out a little. And yeah, he's down.
Oh.
Right, you have your movement and you have your bonus.
Okay, do I see Q from where I'm at?
You can probably see somebody that's Q-like laying on the ground.
Well, I will step
over
the guard. Yeah. Is he difficult terrain?
Technically, yeah, but we'll say you got there in 10.
And seeing Q down, I'm gonna use my bonus action to do a Balm of the Summer Court.
Okay.
And give you 2 hit points. And a temporary one.
Yes.
De Nacho. And that's my turn.
Sweet. That guard is dead, so back up to Kelnis.
Okay. I'm going to just don't like this. Alright, I'll use my movement to go up the stairs. Do I have enough movement to go past the or
15, 20, 20, yeah.
Yeah, I want to go past the armor, so I'm behind him.
Okay. Right there?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, as I'm moving up, I flare up, and I'm going to hit him with my short sword.
Alright, so you flare up, the fire erupts, you get 2 to the armor, and make your attack.
18.
18 is exactly what you need. You're getting good at getting him right on the button.
I've been practicing.
He looks like a 12.
Damage is damage.
1, 5, 7. 7 damage.
Not bad. Alright, as you kind of hit in and there's no blood sprayed, all you see like tink, and the head just turns and kind of
Does it owl like 360 at her?
Anything else, Kelnis?
That's all I got.
Alright, Q.
So Q is going to use her half her movement to get up, and is going to run to that corner that is closest to us. No. Past the stairs as far as she can get. No. Far this way. And then around.
In the breakfast nook.
In the breakfast nook, yeah.
Okay. So,
Oh, I can't
Yeah.
see that there's a door. Okay, and then she's gonna take her healing potion.
so you take your healing potion. As you pull in, this is another small room. There are barrels all around, and there's a chest in the corner, there's a chest behind you, but this looks almost like a mud room, like
Okay.
a gardener's shed.
Okay.
Alright, that's gonna take us to Darian. Seeing you get up and leave really pisses him off. But nobody else is seen, so he pulls through, and he's gonna make his shots at Q. He's actually gonna pull back, because he doesn't like you, Q. Or Kel. Quimora and Kel.
Quimora and Kel.
So he's gonna make both his attacks at you. First one is probably not gonna hit as a 12.
Nope.
Second one is definitely gonna hit. That is a 22. Doing 10 points of piercing reduced to 5
Okay.
as an arrow whizzes by and kind of plants itself into your back. And that is his turn. The armor turns around and just takes both of its fists and just like wells them on top of you, trying to knock you down. First slam attack is a 19 to hit,
Okay.
doing 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Second slam attack,
3 or half of that.
it'd be
That
half,
is
so 1.
Okay.
Second slam is only a 12.
Okay, doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. Yes. That is the armor's turn. Dakar, tis you.
I'm gonna tell Darian, give me back my mom! I'm gonna is there a skylight in this place?
A skylight?
Yeah. No? Anyway, I'll look up anyway at the ceiling and just call down like with all my fury a moonbeam on top of the armor.
On top of the armor, you say?
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
You gotta do that every time. Just like that.
Cannon.
And I'll use my movement to move back into the kitchen.
Where?
Just back over the body, the dead body. Yeah.
Alrighty. That's gonna take us to top of the order. Kelnis.
Come on, y'all! Again? Okay.
We left her.
I was dead for like the 3rd time. It's fine. It's fine. I'm already in a rage. I can't go rager. I'm
Rager?
Not yet. You can't. But you wait till you level up, girl.
Gonna come in handy. I'm going to. I'm going to. How far away am I from Darian?
From Darian, looks like 25.
I am using
30.
my movement.
35.
I'm using my movement to go towards Darian. I am flaring up, and
You're
I'm
gonna
hitting.
flare up here.
I'm gonna flare up. No, I'm gonna flare up when I get to him.
Okay. So you run. It's football dash. Da, 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 da. So you're gonna get an opportunity attack against you. as you break away from the armor. That is a 16 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. No, let's do 6. That is 7 points of bludgeoning reduced to 3
Okay.
as you get slammed in your back, but it sends your momentum forward, and like just a locomotor train, you run straight up. Darian shrieks for a moment.
The most high pitched scream.
Peaked. So that's 2 to Darian.
Okay.
Right, and yeah,
Oh no! Okay, 8 to hit.
that is definitely a miss. But you got 2.
And his eyebrows are probably gone.
Take that. That one's for you, Quimora.
Alrighty. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Okay. That's going to take us to Q.
I'm gonna look in. No, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go straight up. I'm gonna hit the suit of armor.
20, 25?
Yeah. 15.
You go and you take your rapier and hit, and it just doesn't seem to do any damage on the armor at all.
All right. How much movement do I have left?
You have, that was 25 to get there, so 5.
I'm gonna disengage and move back.
Alright, that's going to take us to Darian, who's seeing this giant train behemoth come at him, freaks out. As that burst of flame kind of hits him, he immediately just like closes his eyes, and instinctually you see his body just charge up, and there's this lightness to him, and he just grabs the banister and leaps over it and flies pretty far. That's a hefty jump.
What a jerk.
You get your opportunity attack though.
Okay. Okay, it's an opportunity attack.
Yes.
Do I double anything?
No.
Do I add anything?
You get
It's a regular attack.
It's
yes.
a regular attack.
8
That is
Plus?
Plus 6.
14.
not enough. Sorry. That was fun.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a blast for me.
Literally.
As he does that, he's going to make his run, going into the kitchen, thinking that he's getting away, and then all of a sudden he's going to see Dakar. And that is going to be his action and his movement. That's going to take us to the armor, which is going to step forward, and it's going to wail on Q. 2 attacks.
Can you do the DC save first?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Because the moonbeam will stay behind.
That's going to be for, is it con?
Yeah, con.
15.
He passes.
Okay.
So 7 damage.
7 damage, but the moonbeam stays right behind.
Yes.
Alrighty. Yeah. That moonbeam's going to be a pain for me later on. Alright, so he's going to make his first attack, slamming right into you. 2 doesn't do much. Second die. Nat 20!
Oh,
God.
Tell me, same die too that got the nat 20 last time.
Ugh.
So it's d6. It's only a 2, so that's 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
You're still standing.
Yep.
You're still standing.
It's not the right time. It's not the right time. It's
Now I don't know what time it is.
It's not 9:05 in the morning or 1:30 in the afternoon. Just saying.
Oh, okay. That's going to be the armor's turn. Dekar. Your mayor has just run through the kitchen door.
Is he within melee range where he's at, or is he on the other side of the body?
He's on the other side of the body.
Okay. I'm gonna step onto the body then.
I love it.
to block the door and hit him with the shillelagh.
Okay.
14.
It's a miss.
And with my How far away is he from the moonbeam?
For the moonbeam, 5, 10, 15, 20, 45.
I'm gonna move the moonbeam on top of him.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. And that's my turn.
Sweet. It's gonna take us back to the top. Kelnis, your quarry just jumped out of the way and landed on the other side of the room.
I'm gonna look down and go like, really? Okay, so I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna head towards the armor as close as I can.
15, 20, 25, 30. Yep, you can get right to it.
All right, I'm hitting him with the short sword.
Roll twice.
Yeah, you're flanking.
He's right advantage.
Why do I start at advantage?
Because
his back is turned? Because
No.
we're flanking.
It's flanking. You're on
Yes.
2 sides.
Okay.
You can't
So
fight 2 ways.
I roll twice and I pick the higher one?
Yes.
I mean, you can if you want to. Pick the low one if you want to.
No, I'm gonna pick the higher one. Now that I get to add, right?
Yes.
You're plus 6.
23.
Yes, that is definitely a hit.
9 damage.
9 damage. Yeah, you're still gonna get like more hits on him than you did in the last battle, and you're feeling good about
Your confidence levels increase.
it. This rage is really working for you.
That's all for my turn.
Alrighty, Q.
Q's just gonna keep helping out with that guy.
At advantage.
Yes. 23.
That'll hit. Roll it. Add your sneak attack.
That's gonna be 12 damage.
12 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
And then she's gonna use her bonus action to step back and around the staircase.
Okay, before you do that, as you slam in, your rapier actually doesn't go on the armor. You hit in between it, and there's this surge of kind of almost electricity that flares through the rapier itself. You want to let go, but you power through it because it doesn't hurt you, but you definitely hit something. As you see pistons kind of firing, there's this smoke and steam that erupts out of the creature, and it kind of just folds in on itself. It's very
Ah.
Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
This is your.
I mean, no, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
I'm
No
just
man can kill me,
excited
and you just-
because you
Yes.
love Lord of the Rings.
I am no man, and you just like got right in there. You say that, and nobody understands it in this world. But you're like, I am no man, and then you.
We know
Yes.
that.
Nobody was arguing with you.
Who are you talking
But
to?
the armor is down.
Woo!
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Who run the world?
What is she doing with the rapier? Alrighty, so that is Q. Anything else you want to do, Q?
Gonna use my movement to start going towards. So I'll probably stop in the middle of the rug.
20? Okay.
Yeah.
That's 20 feet of movement.
Yeah.
That's going to take us to Darian's turn. He's going to do the Constitution throw. He failed.
Yes. Ooh. 11.
Was
A
it
10 and a 1. 11.
11? As he does that, it singes and he burns and he jumps right out of it. He gets your opportunity attack. He is making a run for it.
Miss.
Miss? Yeah, he's going to make it to the door. That's all his movement, so he takes his final 2 shots at you. Nat 20.
So I'm not blocking the doorway?
There's no doorway there. Doorway's over here.
No, when I stepped on top of the body, I'd be blocking the doorway.
No, because he has ways to go around
Yeah,
these.
I
It's a galley
couldn't
kitchen.
see that either.
Yeah,
But
so there's-
there's another wall. There's like a hallway.
This is
Oh.
that galley kitchen we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought there was just one entrance.
There is, way back here where y'all came in.
To the house.
To the house. He's leaving the house.
Yeah, but I thought to get into the kitchen, there was only one entrance.
There is, right there where you have it.
I know, but I was standing in front of it.
No, you weren't. You were standing on the body, which is
In
not.
front of the opening.
You can still move through it, though.
Okay.
That is a 5-foot block, which means that he's not 5 foot wide, 5 foot long. He's just standing in a 5-foot block. He can still move around it.
No, but I'm saying if I was in the doorway, is
You
what I'm
weren't
saying.
in the doorway. That's what I'm saying. If you want to come up and look at it, you're more than welcome to.
No, I'm good.
Still in that one. That's going to be. Oh, that was a crappy roll. Oh no, I re-rolled once. 4 plus 8 points of piercing damage. 8 points of piercing damage. Second attack is a nat 1. And that's going to be the end of his turn. That takes it to you, Dakar.
I'm gonna move Moonbeam on top of him. And I will sling a little sling at him. Send the magic rock his way. And it misses.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, Thomas.
Okay, I'm going to, because I don't see where he's at, he's just out of my line of vision. I'm going to, can I look around for any doorways in this upper level?
Sure. There is actually an archway right here.
Okay.
That leads into a room that you've not gone through. There's also a balcony area that is opened up.
Okay, I'm going to go into that. I'm going to use my movement to go into that room.
Okay. Stepping in, it is a single bedroom area. There is a dresser, there's a sitting area, another rug, and then on the bed there is actually Lolith, Dakar's mom, who is currently gagged and tied to the bedpost.
Okay. I've used my movement. This is all new. Can I untie her?
Yeah, you still have movement. You can get a little further.
Okay,
You can use all your movement.
I'm going to use my movement to get closer
20, 25,
and...
30. You can get, not all the way, but you're getting there.
Okay, so since I can't get there all the way, I'm going to say I'm with your son. We're here to get you out of here.
Andy? Q.
Q is going to use her bonus action to dash and go after the mare.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Yeah!
Yep.
As you kind of run through, bust through the doorway, and you see Dakar who's just pointing, and you immediately turn the corner and just run.
Oh.
I'm just like, never mind.
I see you!
Yeah.
Put this away.
You run in and you stop and you look, thinking, we said not to kill everybody, and you kind of look at Dakar like, should I just do it? Nope.
But, well, what if I... No, no.
Not this one.
Not this one.
Okay. That's going to be the end of your turn? Anything else?
Yes, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, that takes us to Darian. He's going to make another Constitution save. Nat 20 on this one.
4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. He is looking really, really bad. At which point, he is going to make his break for it. Before so, no, he's not going to stay to fight. He has 2 people. Take off. You can have your opportunity attack.
26.
Oh yeah, this might be it.
Nope. 6 damage.
Damage is damage.
6 damage?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do? He only had 5 on him.
I mean, same thing I did last time. I'm gonna like try to remember exactly what I did before.
Just make
Really?
sure it sticks this time.
Make sure it comes out the
Oh,
back.
yeah, that was it.
Make
That
sure
was
it
it.
comes
It
out
was
the back
still
this
there.
time.
That's the gusher.
Yep.
As he goes and runs, you reach in and your hand goes into the moonbeam and you feel the pain, but it's worth it. And he falls and his body doesn't even escape. It just hits right on the floor. He kind of grasps onto the doorway and there's just this blood splatter that kind of pours down the wooden frame of the door, and then he just falls silent. And that's it.
Woo!
I search him, make sure he doesn't have any kind of unicorn heel on him.
So searching on him, he does have 2 vials.
I take them both.
I'm
And
like,
I take the
I
animal.
dissipate Moonbeam before you do that. I know you wanted it. You want it that bad.
And I take the amulet that he had.
On him? The
Mhm.
amulet? Okay. The amulet itself is, it's almost shaped like a honeycomb with like concentric layers of this hexagon kind of shape.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the center of it, there is this glistening amberish gem. Not a full-size gem, almost like it was cut in half so that it sits on one side, but the other side is flat. That way.
Okay.
As you also check, he has a couple of papers that are folded up inside of one of the pockets in the inner lining of
Okay.
his cloak.
I take that also. Also, he flew. Is that his coat?
Do it. I mean, I'm not in the room, but.
I don't know what you're doing, but
But do it!
Whoa, I didn't know you were into that sort of thing. Why you undressed as him? It's a little big on you.
I jump off the roof.
No, like I'm like
Trying it on.
hopping.
Ooh, you got some hair that time.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay, I'm still upstairs.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move closer.
At this time, you're out of combat, so you can do whatever you want.
Okay, I'm telling her, your son's downstairs. Let's go get him.
As you get there, she is just bawling in tears, and you're able to untie her arms from the bedpost. She lunges and just gives you a great big hug, and it's just like onto your quad. It's not even your waist. She's just holding your leg
Okay,
as she cries.
I'm going to kind of carry her while she's crying and holding her.
She maneuver one leg and walk her down. No, she lets go and she runs up, looking over the banister. She sees just the carnage that is what y'all leave behind you everywhere y'all go.
I mean, we didn't try to.
I mean,
Oh, sorry.
well, this one movie too. Yeah.
Okay, so we go downstairs. We go through the main area and we go into the kitchen because I see none of my friends in the main area. So
So finding everybody in the kitchen, you're grouped together.
look, Dakar.
Ma!
In tears, she runs and she just hugs you. And she's like, I was scared that they would have gotten you. I'm so scared. I thought they were going to kill you.
They've tried a few times. Thankfully, my friends have helped me out of those scrapes.
At that point, she looks over and she sees the body of Laffy just on the door.
Being stripped.
Ah.
These are your
Put up,
friends.
put down.
Collar up, collar down.
No.
Double collar.
One color up.
You're
One color
you're
up, one color.
You're checking in like the
In the-
silver,
in the tea
reflection of
kettle.
the-
Good times, good times.
Thank
That coat looks good on you.
you. I might keep it.
At which point she says, your father, have you seen your father?
Yes, we saved him from the prison. We left him in my tree before coming here.
At which point she smacks you across the face.
I knew it.
In your tree?
Every other place we've been, people have been looking for us.
Was your father okay?
He wasn't. He was worse than before.
And you left him in the tree?
Well, I napped there for hours at a time, and I'm fine.
We came to get you.
I'm like just standing there, like, yeah, I told you.
We haven't been gone that long.
Good. Hopefully he hasn't wandered off. At which point she goes towards the door frame and she says, well, are we going?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Mom.
She kind of kicks him in the crotch for a good measure and makes her way out.
You guys go. I'll catch up.
No, I'm not following my mom.
Okay, so as y'all head out. Where are you going, Combs?
I'll follow Dakar and his mom.
Cute.
So after they leave, I'm terrified that he's gonna come back. I want to make sure that he's dead.
Good call.
So I'm gonna cut his head off.
Oh, God. So you have a rapier and that's it, right?
I have quite a bit. I have a rapier and a short sword.
Roll a strength check.
No, not that one. Oh, that was so close.
Ooh.
Just straight strength.
Mhm.
13.
It's not a clean cut.
Doesn't
It
need to
takes
be clean.
it takes quite a lot of time, and the amount of blood that gets all over your newly found coat or cloak, it's messy. carry covered
Mm-hmm.
in the blood of the mare.
So I'm gonna put him on his rug, and in his blood, I'm gonna write. What should I write?
Something ominous.
I'm standing there like looking at him. I'm gonna say, "Here lies Laffy, mayor, town rapist," and I'm gonna leave it. And then I'm gonna catch up to the group.
Roll an investigation check. Or a perception check, sorry.
11.
On his body, there's a slight bulge
Okay.
to this man.
Whatever this bulge is, take that off also.
It's in the area that Mom kicked.
Mm-hmm.
As you pull out, there is actually quite a heavy purse. Looking in, all gold.
Okay.
Taking your time later on when you count it, you have now accumulated 230 gold pieces.
Okay.
You make your way out,
Mhm.
trek in the woods, and you'll head back
Well,
to the...
I stopped in the galley kitchen to wash up a little bit. Just
As you take your time and you begin to clean off the gore, you see those two notes, those paper wadded up, and you take a look at them. One has a bit of it's almost like a sketch drawn into it. It's weird assortments of lines, dashes, and curvatures. Not really a language
Mm-hmm.
that you've ever run across,
Puzzles.
but it's oddly laid out to where it's repeated in pattern. There's also a crude drawing of what looks like almost a goblet with a circular item on top, and this picture of almost a platform chained over a chasm. And there is a letter attached to it written in Darian Laffy's handwriting. It says, "The burrow has much to be desired. I know what you are after, but sadly am unable to retrieve it. Luckily enough, I have discovered a treasure that these druids covet that will change my fortune without the crown's help. I am providing a sketch of the item. The writing on its base is foreign to me, and no scholar in the South has been able to help one decipher the text. May you have better luck. DLF." Looking at the second, it is in a more ornate script on a much more fancier parchment than what was written. This one says, "To the esteemed Darian Laffy of the southern settlement of Lakota, the noble house Grata has heard your petition for admittance into the capital and extends their gratitude for the generous gifts you have bestowed upon His Majesty King Abishaw and the Queen Riala. The king has bestowed this matter of judgment to his youngest son, Prince Frocon Grata, and the Tricordium. The Eye has presented evidence of your motivations to prosper within the Council of Merit as an established noble house. The Ear has heard rumor that a shrine to the devious Little Leaf has been uncovered on the northern expanses of the Deadwood. Therefore, we task you with taking an expedition to retrieve something of interest to the Gratas. We cannot enter from the capital side without intriguing other nobles from the capital of our dealings. Take this expedition on our behalf and be welcomed into the noble house as the noble house of Laffy. Signed, Adric Grata." And that's where we're going to end today. So, coming up next time, the world itself begins to expand as more and more devious figures are appearing. Murder is seemingly following the group as Kelnis and Dakar are not quite aware of exactly who they're hanging out with. And Quimora has a much more darker side to her than she ever lets on. So we'll see where the group gets taken next time as they travel to see if Dakar's father is still inside of the mysterious tree of his birthing. But until then, thank you for staying tuned with us. We hope you enjoyed tonight as much as we did, and we will see you next time. And until then, class is dismissed.
Thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up.
Subscribe below and be sure to follow us on all of our social medias at Night School RPG.
See you in class.